Good afternoon. It's 3:03. I'm Joseph Milano, live from the 104.5 The Zone Circuit Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs Studios. In Titans news today, due to weather conditions, head coach Robert Saleh's introductory press conference has been moved to Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Time. You can catch that one right here on The Zone during Cover 2. Also, according to Tom Pelissero, and Titans plan to interview Cliff Kingsbury and Adam Stinovich today for their offensive coordinator position. Also, former Titans head defensive coordinator Nar Wilson is signed to become the new DC for John Harbaugh and the New York Giants. The Super Bowl 60 matchup is set as Mike Vrabel's Patriots will take on Mike McDonald's Seahawks in Santa Clara on February 8th. Patriots defeated the Broncos in Denver 10-7 in a snowy blizzard, while Seattle and the Rams got into a barn burner shootout with the Seahawks coming up on top 31-27. Lastly today, Jordan Schultz reports that Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders has been added to the Pro Bowl roster as a replacement, which makes him the first fifth-round rookie to make the Pro Bowl since Puka Nacua. For your foundation repair, waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Happy Monday to you. Hope you're staying safe out there. I know a lot of y'all are without power, including Tyler, who does a show on 95.5 in this building. He's been without it for more than 24 hours. So I know a lot of y'all are dealing with some really challenging things, but we are here for you for the next 3 hours. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. And, man, it happened exactly like we were worried about, is that it didn't snow enough and that it changed over to a lot of ice. And while it's kind of pretty to look at, man, trees are falling, power lines are going, and a lot of people are cold. Also thinking about our homeless community and the work that everyone does to help those guys. Our guy Stephen Young with Home Street Home, very, very, very good dude. You can find them on the socials and for ways to help. Babs will join us at 4:20, and Slay Dog is in Bristol, Connecticut. He'll join us at 3:20. I'm kind of working all the way around. Chris Lowe at 5:20, and filling in because he lives really close to the radio station is Mark Mariani. Moonshine.
Let's go.
What are you doing, man?
Hey, man. I just echo exactly what you said, man. Everybody's got their own challenges right now and their own battles, but this is when you see your neighbors and community thrive and you see humanity take over and help each other with everything. And
Love it.
We're all looking out for each other. So some have it better than others. So keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers and obviously lend a hand when you can. But I'm just happy to be here and always honored to share the radio waves with you loyal friends and obviously with the mayor.
You guys okay at your place?
Yeah, we're good. We've had
No power outage?
We do have power, which has been a blessing because we have been the landing pad for a bunch of our friends.
Yeah.
So our house is bursting at the seams with everything, love and joy.
I asked this guy, why are you so fly? Funky Coleman data. No, I asked this guy before the storm hit, I was like, Zeph, Murfreesboro's a long way from here. Do you want to stay with me at my place? And he was like, no, I'll make it. Which you did, to your credit.
Honestly, the interstates were they did a really good job clearing the interstates.
Until 65 just got shut down. See that?
Well, that's because a semi went right into a sign.
Yeah, one of the green signs that over by 440, 65 and 440.
And the main roads, they've done a really great job with, too. But these side streets.
The side streets are a mess. Just be careful going home, Zeph, because, like, the wet pavement becomes, there's refreezing and things like that. And you can't tell when it's dark what's black ice and what's wet. So be very, very careful. And I'll extend the offer again. You can stay with me if you want. I live within walking distance of here, which wasn't easy either.
Dude,
I was like,
It's slick out there.
my friend Ken, he texted me. He's like, man, before you walk to work, he's like, I want to tell you to be careful. I've already fallen twice today. I was like, are you okay? And he was like, well, a tree fell across their driveway, so he was trying to deal with that. So he was like, I fell holding a chainsaw, so that's not ideal,
dude.
But he said, I'm good. Just my pride took a hit.
I know. Some of the dads took a walk with all the kids, and we're sitting there policing all the kids. Hey guys, you should be careful. Don't slip, don't slip.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, my buddy's about 240.
Yeah.
Just wrecked.
I'm
like, no, bro, we're trying to keep the kids safe. You weren't supposed to be going more than a couple MPHs, and you're the one, bro. Oh man, not a good look.
Listen, we're wide open today. We do have a lot to talk about. There are a lot of things on the agenda for sure. But if you want to call in, about how you've been able to deal with the storm, the challenges you're facing, maybe you need a prayer or something, we're here for you. Also, a lot of times when these things happen, people will call in and talk about like the kindness of people.
Yeah.
Like they'll see somebody stop and help some stranded motorist or something like that. But we're here for all of that, and we're here for you. 615-737-1045. 3HL is powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. That might be some people that you need to reach out to. You can go online, springhillac.com, when you're able. Again, Ron Slay at 3:20. We'll talk through some of this basketball stuff. He's on ESPN tonight and tomorrow, and then SEC Network on Wednesday. So busy, that dude.
I mean, we're just on. I mean, to get a sliver of his time, God, how lucky are we?
So how's the weather in, because he was really concerned about the weather down here. He's like, man, I don't think we've had ice storms and we've had a bad one, in 94 and all these things. He goes, but I haven't seen anything like this.
I know. It hasn't quit up there.
Because of all the videos and the pictures of all the trees that are down across power lines and streets and all those things. And so I asked, how's the weather in Bristol, Connecticut? And he sent us a video. He's like, dog, it just snows up here just because it snows. Like, just because it wants to snow.
Nonstop.
Like, there's no reason. He goes, there's my truck that he had rented, and, like, he can't get out.
Now, he did put a video of him clearing it off, and it is powdery.
Oh, okay. Good.
It looks powdery from the video, so it's not like an icy slush like we got here a little bit.
Yeah. Super Bowl matchup is set.
Crazy.
Couple England
good games
v. Seattle, and we'll dive way into this a little bit later because we have some questions. Because I know there's an element to this storyline that has some people in their feelings around here.
There's a lot of people in a lot of fan bases in their feelings about this matchup.
Seattle favored by 4.5. Sunday, February 8th. Remember, there's a week between. 5:30 on NBC. We will be broadcasting live from Radio Row Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in advance of the Super Bowl. So we're looking forward to that, and I'll tell you more about that in just a little bit. But do you feel any kind of way that Mike Vrabel?
Do I feel any kind of way about the Braves deal?
Are you happy for him?
Yeah,
do you want them to win?
Well, I see. I'm in the camp of I see it a little bit different way in the sense of when we made that move, we had a reason to make the move, and now we look back and go, he was a good coach, whatever. But I'm in the camp of, hey, that 6-18 to end his tenure was not good. We weren't getting better, and looking back, I think what's hindsight 2020 is that he was screaming from the rooftop, I want roster control because these guys aren't giving me what I need.
There was a lot going on.
And so anyway, now looking at it, the real kind of thorn in my side is I cannot root for the Patriots, man. I just can't do it.
That's where I am. There's
Dude,
no way.
It has nothing to do with Braves. I'm so happy for him because you know what? He was so great for this franchise, and he led us for some great years and through some awesome times. But he had two jobs on his mind the whole time. And it was Ohio State and it was the Patriots. Yeah. So we could have held him. That would have been great, but he would always want to get back. So anyway, that aside, what a spoils of riches, is that how you say it? I mean, dude, they 20 years and now they're back in it. What is that? That's what gets me going. And so I just don't want to see him, dude. I don't want to see him. They had it too much.
Look, this is 12 Super Bowls for them.
It's unbelievable.
They're trying to win their 7th, which would be most all time. They're currently tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 6 apiece. So they would have the most all time if they win this game.
Yeah, see,
Now,
that's the part that gets under my skin.
Seattle is 4.5-point favorite. We'll talk more about it in just a little bit. We'll check in with Slay Dog when we come back. Some people are like, can y'all please talk about the storm? Yes, we will, for sure. More 3HL, presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. Coming up, we'll be right back.
What's happening, good people? Listen up, man. Your back's been out there barking. You need to go tell it to stop barking. But if your neck's stiff, your hips feel a little tight, like you just been sitting for too long, probably got a desk job or something like that where you can't get up and get active, it happens to the best of us. It's time to slay that pain, people. You need to go to the Joint Chiropractic of Middle Tennessee. They got 17 locations for you to choose from, so they're open all day, evenings and weekend. And I'm going to be honest, man, I went in, and it's never really a wait. You know, you can do it appointment only if you want to, but there's no appointment needed. That's what you got to understand. No insurance, no worries. You just walk in. Like I said, no appointment needed. And new patients, get this. You're getting the consultation, the exam, and adjustment for $29. And after that, adjustments as low as $18. That right there, easy finish. Headaches, back pain, neck pain, whatever slowing you down, the Joint's got your back. Literally, go to thejoint.com to find your spot, get in, get adjusted, and get back to living.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Martin Mariani filling in today. Let's go to I don't know, it looked like a snow globe type thing when Slay sent us a video earlier in Bristol, Connecticut. Slay, how y'all doing up there, man?
Man, we're good, apparently. I think they know how to handle it. You know what I mean? Hold on. My little TV up a little loud. Hold on, brother.
Oh, golly. Kicking his feet up on the hotel bed, got the midday ESPN rocking, trying to get some nuggets to talk about on the radio. Just a living, Slay.
What's up, moonshine?
Hey,
what's going on, brother?
Hey, I had a friend of mine it's Boston, but it's a little different, but told me that they had 24 inches already and it hadn't stopped yet. So are you seeing the same thing?
Absolutely the same. Boston right around the corner. I think it might be like an hour 15 away. But I came through. You know, we pull into where I pull into. I forgot what I flew into. That's crazy.
Where do you fly into? New York?
No. Golly, man. God, that's wild, man. I can't even think what I flew into.
I know some of those ESPN personality types live in New York, right?
Yeah, they do.
No, yeah, but a lot of them live up here, like right around this little wherever I'm at. I'm in Bristol right now, but I can't think where I went.
So they're trying to get us to guess and show us and remove all doubt when we start guessing our geography. Like, no, that's 2 states away, Mariani. Oh, sorry, I ain't guessing then, bro. I don't know where you flew into either.
Hartford. I flew into
Hartford. All right.
Flew into Hartford. So I flew into Hartford.
You sound like
no, that ain't it.
You sound like a rock star, man. What city are you in?
Flew into Hartford. Drove through Springfield. You know what I mean? Then got over here to Bristol. You know what I mean? But it's the exact same. It's just snow built up. This is dumb, really. I tell my homeboys that's from the East Coast, one from Buffalo. I got a partner from Philly. And I tell them every single chance I get, like, dog, y'all snow and weather is just dumb. Like, it's snowing just to snow. Like, the snow is already done what it was supposed to do. Bring happiness, let you go outside, make snowmen, let you get off work.
Yeah,
maybe
that's enough snow.
School. Yeah, like, and then it's supposed to stop. Like, why are you just continuing to snow? Like, what are you trying to prove? This is the same thing I feel about Nashville. Yeah, like when people try to always do the Nashville hot chicken, they always try to make it the hottest where you can't even eat it. It's like, what are you trying to prove, dog? We get it. I get it. It snows a lot up here. All right, stop.
Collaborate.
Let's get to where I got to get to.
I mean, that's how Moonshine grew up. That's how Moonshine grew up.
The snow and the roads, I'm okay with. The trees exploding and falling over, I don't know anything about any of that. Anything about it.
Did you ever run across a moose up there?
I've seen moose, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I've seen them. Have you ever, because they'll come at you.
Come face to face? No.
And they're enormous.
Nose with a moose.
And they're aggressive now.
They are. They'll come at your car.
Dude, them and them jackalope that live up there.
Slade, thanks for checking in, man.
My kid, a mentor, man, just checked in up there to Montana, man. I was talking to his sister. Now they trying to get him adapted and everything. She was like, "I want to say so bad this code is ridiculous, but I don't want to say it around him, so I won't put it in his head." She said, "But I'm telling you, I can't wait to get out. It's so cold. It's beautiful, but it's so cold."
Yeah.
So
do all the official visits
in Montana.
Do all the official visits in the summer.
That's right. Yeah. That's when we can sell the best.
Let's start with some of the action that happened over the weekend. I want to start with Auburn because they got a huge road win, Slay, that I did not see coming in Gainesville, and they needed it, man. 76-67 over Florida. Auburn's now won 3 in a row. They're 4-3 in the SEC. They host Texas Wednesday at 6. Keyshawn Hall had 24-7. We've talked about him, and Murphy had 16-9. That was as good an effort as we've seen from them, except for maybe the Houston game.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you, Joel. I think the thing you really pull out with this is, man, Stephen Pearl coached. like he coached his butt off. You know what I'm saying? Going against what's like his brother in the college world, you know what I mean? Them coming up together, cutting their teeth together under Coach Pearl, under Bruce Pearl, and then being able to go off and do your own thing. But him going down in the swamp where they haven't won since 1996, first of all, that's unbelievable because Auburn has had some squads not to be able to go down there and get a victory. But I always say it's super difficult to go down there and play regardless of your talent. But him being able to control the pace and getting that message across to his guys, not getting caught up in the way Florida's playing, not feeding off the crowd. I think it was good the way Keyshawn Hall came out, though. He set the tone. like, give me the ball, I'm going out. He came out with about 16, 18 in the first half that kind of tapered everything off where they didn't have to rush. If things got tight, they could give him the ball, he could get a bucket. And then being able, Keyshawn Murphy, to being able to battle with Chinyelu. I was told that's how you say his name from a good friend of mine. Chinyelu.
Why do we learn these things like years after they've been there?
No, this was a real Nigerian. Like, he hit him up, and Ruben hit him up. And was like, man, I appreciate him giving me all the man, but tell him to say my name right. So it's Ruben Chinyelu. It's Chinyelu. So I'm gonna school everybody else around college basketball because they've been saying the same thing. But to be able to do damage control with him, Keyshawn Murphy did an excellent job, man. Yeah. He's getting healthy, so it's big time.
Well, I like that you hit on Stephen Pearl because he's trying to prove himself as a coach. Yeah. And when Florida came out in the second half and started like the big comeback, tie the game, in my head, I was like, glad I took that Florida money line live bet. Let's go, baby. I'm cashing in. And then Auburn just went punch for punch and took it and adapted and then they just end up really, putting a nail in it early and winning by 10, I think. I mean, I just thought that was awesome because I was on the other side of that thinking, all right, here comes the defending champs. They about to roll now. And nope, didn't do it.
No, it wasn't just you, Moonshine. I was texting the guy, SEC analyst, and I was like, hey, dog, man, it looked like Florida. I mean, it looked like Auburn going to get them. And he said, man, I'm telling you, Florida's about to come back. And when they started coming back, I was like, wow, you said it. And, man, Auburn didn't blink. You know what I mean? They went blow for blow with them and down there in the swamp and got their victory. So that's big time salute. Being able to get your message across to these guys. What we heard has been a little bit of turbulence as far as, the guys connecting to the coaching staff, well, and Stephen Pearl in particular. But I think one of the biggest things that I took out of the game was Pearl, the way he coached, and the second one was the hug from Tahad Pettiford to Stephen Pearl at the end of that game. That meant I can't even put into words what that meant, and for the people to see. That was huge. Yeah. Because I've been one of the ones saying, hey, man, I don't know, Tahad probably should have left. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see he's bought in, Pearl is bought in, and they can move on ahead, man, and maybe make some noise and get in this tournament.
I love it. Let's go to Vandy. Vandy crushed Mississippi State Saturday in Starkville, 88-56. They moved the game time up, and Vandy obviously was fine with that. Tyler Tanner, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And the stat we always get with him also is 1 turnover. Vandy snaps its 3-game losing streak to get to 17-3. Duke Miles with 17. It's like Vandy hosts Kentucky tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on ESPN.
Yeah, it was a matchup problem for Mississippi State. They were thin in the front court. The big fella didn't play like the big fella, Quincy Ballard. And actually, Coach Jans didn't even start him for Mississippi State. So that's a 7-footer. That lets you know that the respect they have for Vanderbilt, knowing they was going to come down and impose their will. Duke Miles was able to get 7 steals, and Tyler Tanner was just being Tyler Tanner. And I think that's a problem within itself. So that was good to see them bounce back in the hump to get ready. I think the styles in this matchup versus Kentucky, I like this matchup, man. Coming down to Memorial, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But when you talk about styles making fights, this is the same thing. This matchups is going to make this game. I think they match up really well with Kentucky because of the guard-oriented system that they play and how guard-heavy they are in Kentucky. I think it bodes well for Vanderbilt to be able to bounce back. And if we have to call our shot, I got Vandy beating Kentucky in Memorial.
Love it. I can't wait for that matchup. All right, Tennessee.
And that's Kentucky coming in on a 5-game winning streak, too.
That's true.
Not including what's going on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tennessee, Bama over the weekend. The big story, obviously, we spent a lot of time on this, and you have too, doing the TV thing. Revolving around the Tennessee-Alabama game, obviously, Saturday was the immediate availability of 3-year pro Charles Bediako. Is that how you pronounce his name? Bediako, thank you. Tennessee coming off a ridiculous home loss where they allowed Kentucky to walk them down from 17 down. They were challenged by the coaching staff as well as others like Ron Slay. They were a completely different team on Saturday in terms of determination, toughness, physicality, and, man, Ament was completely different too. He was taking the ball into people's chests. First time I've seen that.
Yeah, I think, man, this is something that's been building. We talked about it all the time, and it's becoming a trend, like where he left off in that second half of the Florida game, starting to impose his will and understand his length as far as being able to just get to your spot. You don't have to dribble a guy all the way down to the basket. Like, you can get in that 10 to 15-foot range and just raise up and shoot over guys. Most guys, when you're playing the three, are probably giving you 4 or 5 inches, and that's exactly what they were doing. So him getting to his spot, and also I think one of the key things was when he did have a shot at the rim, he was going in there to finish, not avoiding contact, but going in there looking for contact and bodying them, and then being able to control himself in the air to try to get a good attempt up where he can go to the line. Defensively, Bishop Boswell, Maury Evans, A.J. Abram, all those guys did great. And then Felix Okpara, it's not a lot what you see in the stat sheet. He had a good game, but overall on the film, he had a great game. And that was excellent the way they played. J.P. Estrella finally showed up with 3 humongous rebounds, man, 2 defensive that I think sealed the game. They are Jacoby Gillespie, man, the one turnover that he had down the stretch, that's the only problem I had. Other than that, go get a bucket, man, he did that. He did that.
He was attacking
good.
the rim and going in amongst the trees, man.
He looked good. Yeah. He looked good.
Slate, on Friday, you had the hair on the back of my neck standing up when you were talking about they better. I don't know if it was Okpara. I don't know who you were talking about, but you said, I would go stand at midcourt during warm-ups, and I would send the message. So after the game, so I'm sitting there about ready to run through a brick wall, but after the game, did they sufficiently send the message that you were coaching them to send and get across what kind of team they are in a hard, tough atmosphere in Alabama?
Absolutely.
Let's go,
baby. Absolutely. And that's all that I was asking for. Like, I'm okay with the wins and losses. That's what the game is. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But it's the effort that you put out there. It's your rep that you put out there. It's the culture that people keep on talking about that's developed and already a foundation there. How do you go out there and you're the representation of that culture? And that's not what we were seeing. The up and down, all of that, that's not what this Tennessee Vols program has been since Rick Barnes has been there. It's established. And I think, man, you look at it and you say, we'll live with however it is. When Tennessee got beat against Houston last year in the Elite Eight to go to the Final Four, them dudes walked off the court. But at the same time, I'm looking at it as a fan like, dog, keep y'all head up. Y'all missed shots. That's part of the game. Y'all effort was there. The force was there. The fight was there. That's all I'm asking. Wherever you are, Rocky Top, on the road, neutral site, NCAA tournament, it don't matter. Give me the same exact you every single night. The things that you can control, and that's exactly what they went out there and did, man. With all that stuff swirling around Charles Bediako, and the reason I said that was, I said if it was me, and I'm Felix Okpara, a lot of people's like, but he ain't you. I'm not even telling him to be. I'm telling you if it was me in those footsteps. You talk about the culture, man, damn, the game, all these scouts and stuff came down here, and they want to see Nate Amen. Man, they walking out of here talking about me tonight, and it's for one sole reason. It's the guy that they brought down here. Charles Bediako, you got him on the floor. Well, guess what? He got to deal with me. We ain't got to deal with him. That's what Coach Barnes said. We ain't changed our game plan. It's the exact same. So, guess what? It's me then. I'm the one that got to change. If the game plan didn't change and they got somebody new, the only thing I'm thinking in my head is I'm the one that got to change, and I'm going to let it be known right here, right now, before the ball is even tossed. That's where I'm standing.
Let's go!
How do you like that?
Let's go!
It's like you're melting ice over here. We need more of this in Nashville. We'll be all okay tomorrow.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Dog.
I'm glad you said that but even before I asked you get everybody fired up again, you said it before I even mentioned it that you're not going to see the type of game that Okpara had in the stat sheet, but you're going to see it in what he did in and out of every possession.
Yes, that was huge, man. I think it was the same thing for Bishop Boswell. Like, even though he came in and made 2 big threes, playing with 2 fouls, him getting back in, man, and you can see the force that he was playing with. They wasn't thinking about, man, the mistakes being made. It was like, man, we're going 100 miles per hour and we're going in one direction. Whatever happens, man, it happens. If the car break down, it break down. We got to get out and run. It's just what it is we got to do to get to the finish line. And you felt that from all of them. Jalen Carey, J.P. Estrella, Dwayne Brown, all of these guys, man. The guys came in. Amari Evans, man, they're going to have to find some time for it. I don't know what it is with Amari, and I think it's more so of what Nate Amen is doing, that he's not being able to get on the floor because you can't take Nate out right now.
You can't take him out right now.
Yeah, and you can't take Bishop out. You can't take Gillespie out. So that's just how the cards fall, and that's a great problem to have. But knowing he's staying ready, man, I'm loving that, dog. I'm loving it.
We've got 4 teams playing tonight on ESPN, all in the top 20. 2 are in the top 4. What are your responsibilities? Are you on set prior to the 6 o'clock game? Halftime, in between, after?
I'll be there. We got halftime of the Louisville Duke game.
Okay.
I believe we have a preview before the Arizona BYU game.
Okay.
And then we have halftime of the Arizona BYU game. I'm not sure if we'll have a wrap up at the end of the night. Now that football is over with, I got to see how it goes. We may have a little 30-minute wrap up, but usually Seth Greenberg goes over to Hamilton Sports Center and let them get a little breakdown. But yeah, but we do have a special. A little segment coming up, man, that I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about the young fellas for Arizona, Cole Pete, and damn, what's his name? I forgot his name. That's crazy. I did that again. So, Braden, what's his name? Braden Burries. I've been practicing on his name, Burries. I'm gonna get his name right. But these 2 freshmen, you know who Cole Pete is, but Burries is gonna be one of them dudes that's taking them top 25, top 32, man. Like, this freshman coming off this weekend, this freshman class, this is nuts. Like, we done had some crazy classes, but to have 3 guys that are freshmen go over 40 points, and then the other ones to be hovering like Nate, 29, 32, 31. Like, man, this class is crazy, and this is one of the guys that should be brought up is Braden Burries.
All right, Slay. You know where I'll be tonight. Locked down. It's going to be 6 degrees. I'll be tuned in. Get a little brown water. I need the inside scoop.
The inside of your body will not be 6 degrees.
On Louisville. I need the inside scoop on Louisville Duke. I need to know. Yeah. I need to know who I'm hammering tonight. Wait, hold on. In the Louisville Duke game. Take it, Slay, quick.
I got you. I got to get out of the way. I got to move aside. Get out of the way. I will say, man, Michael Brown Jr. played the last game with Louisville playing Virginia Tech, so he's welcome back. He had a 20-piece in that game, so it looks like he's getting his footing. They got a different team, Louisville does, when it comes to playing when Michael Brown Jr. is in the lineup. So with him being in the lineup, going to Duke, they're going to have their work cut out. Conwell got to show up. He's the guy that can fill it up. McNeely got to shoot from long range and be able to offset these guys as far as getting to the hole and have a spot-up shooter to keep the floor space. My only problem is Frew, the big man, and Khalifa. They're 2 bigs, not athletic, can pass it. They almost remind you of Vlade Divac when he was older, playing with the Lakers, you know what I mean? And a big man at the top of the key, passing and trying to do tricks and all of this stuff.
So not the Kings, Vlade.
No, not the Kings. No,
okay,
that can't.
My bad.
Yeah. Maybe
Divac's taking strays all of a sudden.
Hey, he's not, dude. I love those Kings teams, dude. Mike Bibby, come on, Peja. Don't get me started.
That was the truth. Welber, all them dudes, they should have won the championship, honestly. Yeah, too much Kobe Bean Bryant. Rest in peace on his day, him and Gigi. Yep. But Duke, man, I think Duke may be too much just from the simple fact if you watch them, the last game they played against Wake Forest, they seem to be hitting on all cylinders. Right before Christmas would have been a great time to catch them off kilter and be able to get a beating on them. But right now, I think they wired the right way, man. And going in Duke is going to be tough. They got, you know who they got in Cam Boozer. But Isaiah Evans has stepped up. You got guys like Caleb Foster who stepped up. So it's going to be interesting. But Michael Brown Jr. is a guy. We talk about this freshman class. He can offset all this and go for 30, 35 in Cameron, man.
Yep. Louisville at Duke. Number 20, Louisville at number 4, Duke. Duke favorite.
I would go with Duke to answer your question. Yeah, that number though.
I know it's
that
a
number's
lot.
tight.
That's
I
a
mean,
lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot of points, man.
6 p.m. on ESPN, and then the nightcap. Number 1 Arizona, number 13 BYU, and you want to talk about some of the best freshmen in the country? Watch that one.
Man,
Arizona
offense
by 1.5.
Offense. They're gonna both score. This game could be in the 90s. Easily. I think it's going to come down to who stops who. Arizona got great team defense, team offense. They just got a great team. Tobe Awaka coming off the bench. A lot of people from our region familiar with him. He's out there running around averaging 10 and 10 coming off the bench, so they don't lose much when Cole Pete goes out. But like I said, Burries is a guy, but Jaden Bradley, who used to play for Alabama, he's been there. He knows how to get it done. But AJ the Bouncer on BYU squad,
Yeah.
must see TV all day long, man. This dude puts it in the hole on every single level. But the guy that gets overshadowed a little bit, Robert Wright III, who transferred in, is a killer as well. The glue guy for them is Richie Saunders. So it reminds you of like a Rex Chapman. And when people say glue guy, people think, oh, man, he can't really do. Yeah, you leave Saunders open, you want to, he can take over a game. So keep your eyes on him. He's averaging about 19. They don't go deeper than 5. That's the only problem. Arizona goes deeper than 5. If BYU at home and you got a guy like AJ DeBouncer who can get hot, who just came off a 40-piece,
Dang.
it can get serious.
It's going to be a great environment. You said must-watch TV. Also, Ron Slay, must-watch TV tonight on ESPN. Laura Knight said, you're representing Nashville well, Big Slay. Proud of you, she said.
Thank you, Laura. Love you.
Hey, thanks for checking in, man. Really appreciate it. Good to see your smiling face. And hopefully you, with that little Tennessee rant, you melted some of this ice off these power lines, man.
Yeah, we appreciate
Guess what,
that.
though? That should be for everybody, man. Like, Vandy should be feeling this way when Kentucky walk in there, too.
Yep.
They coming in Memorial Gymnasium, man. All we've been doing is questioning y'all bigs. Man, if they don't win, if Vandy don't win the paint battle on Saturday, something wrong. Something wrong with their character.
Love it. Thank you, Slay. Do great tonight. We'll be watching, man.
Hey, baby. Hey, moonshine.
All right, my bro. We'll see you soon. I'll see you on that tube tonight. Let's go.
Solar Pilates, baby.
Oh, yeah. Damn right.
How's Solar Pilates going?
Besides the freezing rain and all the roads closure, it's hot in there.
It's
now.
hot in there.
It is hot in there. And we getting it.
All right,
we
Nelly.
burning.
All right, Nelly. All right, when we come back, we got a shout-out to a young Nashville kid
Yep.
out on the West Coast
Yep.
that was doing some work this weekend. We
Yep.
talked about a lot about him on Friday. Blades Brown went to Brentwood Academy, finished in the top 20 in a PGA event at 18 years old. We'll be right back. 3HL 1045 The Zone. United Structural Systems is a foundation repair and waterproofing company that has served the Middle Tennessee area since 1994. You want more information? It's easy. USSTN.com is the website, USSTN.com. What comes to mind when you think about home? Maybe it's meals around the kitchen table, movie nights on the couch, or the feeling of walking through the door knowing that you are safe. Home is where life happens, and at the center of it all is your home's foundation. At USS, they understand how important that foundation is to your life and how much trust it takes when you need help protecting it. Now, January is a wet month. We're dealing with all kinds of things today. I've got some NES statistics for you also when we come back. So many of y'all without power. Prayers up. At the center of your home's foundation, at USS, they understand how important that foundation is to your life and how much trust it takes when you need help protecting it. January's wet, so when water starts showing up where it doesn't belong in your basement, crawl space, it can quickly become a serious problem. And figuring out where the water is coming from, that can be a nightmare. It can come from poor drainage, small cracks in your foundation walls, or even a hidden plumbing leak. But at the team, the USS team of experts will find out why your basement and crawl space is wet, then create a customized plan to fix it the right way and with a lifetime warranty. At United Structural Systems, they're more than a team of problem solvers. They are your neighbors, and they care about their customers. Visit USSTN.com to learn more or call 615-488-7855. At USS, we're more than waterproofing. We're committed. We're trustworthy. We are USS. I mean, Moonshine, you literally just said this. Hot in here.
Yeah.
Little brown water
Yeah.
tonight. Watch a little basketball.
Hey.
What were the Munchkins doing today? I mean, you can't really play in this.
No, and I'll tell you what. Hey, I'll tell you. I told you a little bit already. I thought, woo, so hot in her. That brings me back to like high school for me, just absolutely thinking I was such a gangster. So I got Havre, Montana. So I got a little adventurous. So I said, all the boys, and like I had a whole house full of kids today. Let's go. We're going outside. We're going for a walk. We're going on a scavenger hunt, whatever. Dude, not cool walking around out there in the park seeing what took place. It's like you can't even get next, or I can't because I'm paranoid. I can't even get next to a tree without being sketched out. That I'm like, hey.
Icicles falling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that branch already came down. So what if another one? I mean, so it wasn't that great. So we were just getting creative. I'll tell you what, I ran an indoor practice for basketball practice.
Oh, you did?
I'm a first grade coach. Yep.
Yeah.
We had one of those indoor balls. Had to run some drills down the hallway. It was slightly ineffective, but at least maybe some energy got out. It's been rough. We're just
were
trying
there some hard fouls, like taking people into the doorway and stuff?
The problem is in that situation, you go down and you're hitting the corner of a stair. So we got to just be careful about the hallway. But
okay.
It's been, we're just all just working together, adapting and putting up with each other. And about 4 or 5, just busting into the liquor cabinet and getting in there. Just trying to make it to 4 or 5.
Well, you'll be here until then.
Dang.
Thanks for coming in, seriously.
Oh, this is awesome.
Really appreciate you. Shout out to national golfer Blades Brown. What a name.
Dude.
18 years old, went to Brentwood Academy, shot a course record 60 on Friday, missed a 7-footer that would have given him a 59, which has only been done 14 times in a PGA event.
Unreal.
He came from the Corn Ferry Tour event that wrapped up on Wednesday and then started this event on Thursday. He started the weekend at 21 under par, tied for first with Scotty Scheffler.
He hits a bomb on 18
on Friday?
On Saturday.
Okay.
Right? On Saturday to save par and put himself in the final group.
Incredible.
And then
Sunday didn't go the way he wanted it.
Well, then Scotty is coming up on 18. And I was all jacked because I wanted Blades in the final round with Scotty Scheffler. I thought, get out of here with that.
You have that.
No, that's what it was. But
I know,
but
but
Scotty
you would
had
have
to
that
make the
experience
putt.
the rest of your life.
Scotty had to make the putt, and it was a monster putt. He drains it, and you got Blades Brown, 18 years old, man, from right in our back door, and he is in the final group of a PGA event, man. And of course, it didn't go his way, and I think he finished top 20,
18,
yeah, 18, and I mean, it was absolutely incredible and electrifying what he did. I mean, it was so fun to watch. My buddy sent me this. So John Rahm was on one of those YouTube golf things, and he was getting interviewed. And they asked him, they said, who's an up and comer that we don't know about? Who's a young kid that has it? Who's going to be great and challenging, whatever. And John Rahm said, Blades Brown, dude.
How about that?
And we already, this area knew about it, but I think the world knows about it now.
So when he was 16 years old, he broke Bobby Jones's 103-year-old record as the youngest medalist at stroke play in the U.S. Amateur in its history. He went straight from high school to pro golf.
Yep.
So he's doing the Corn Ferry Tour. He's playing PGA events, finishing in the top 20. His mother, shout out to Blake Krieger, who mentioned this to me on Friday. His mother, Rhonda Blades Brown, played in the WNBA. She was the first, I think she played at Vanderbilt, actually. She was the first pick of the 1998 WNBA expansion draft. She was the first player to ever hit a three-pointer in a WNBA
No way.
athletic family.
What a stat. That is amazing.
Wonder what Pops is doing.
Slacker. Dude.
He's probably a decathlete, like Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, you're right. The best, he blew up. Like my timeline, my algorithm was like Blades everything. But the funniest ones I saw on his Thursday round when he shot 59 is, still all us Monday morning quarterbacks or whatever sitting behind our social media fingers saying, shooting for 59. Oh, can't leave that outright. Missing that putt on 18, just critiquing Blades Brown for not shooting a 59, saying he has to make that putt. Yeah. What are you doing leaving it out to the right? Like, dude, he's going for a 60.
Yeah.
In a PGA, or 59 on a PGA.
We were following that story on Friday because I honestly, admittedly, I hadn't gotten into golf. I knew they were in Hawaii last week, but this is the second tournament, right? I think. And so my friend Aaron Rice texted me. He's like, "Dude, you see what Brentwood Academy kid's doing?" And so he alerted us to that situation. So we started following it, obviously. But yeah, shout out to Blades Brown for sure. Do you watch that indoor golf stuff?
I haven't gotten into it yet. I got to be honest. Haven't. You?
I'll watch it if I stumble across it. I don't search it out necessarily, and I won't watch it that long necessarily.
Yeah, I haven't. I might need to check it out. I tell you what, I think I watched more I've been so into football this year that everything else in the last 4 or 5 months has been off, but it's pretty electric.
Boogie woogie.
Yep. I mean, they have the real sand out there that they have to hit out of, and the rough changes and the slopes change. They're hitting out downhill lies and stuff. Dude, don't do that to me. Just give me a flat, fluffy lie. Come on, man.
615-737-1045. You want in? Britt Doherty, Mark Mariani filling in. Davenport will join us at 4:20 via Zoom, so you can watch her on Zone TV, see what's going on at her place. I know this, and we'll have to ask her about this. The dog is safe. Let me start with that. But her dog they call Big Boy was in the backyard doing his business. They were inside. Her husband Travis, heard the dog, like, swimming. And he looked out the window and the dog was in the pool. And he couldn't get out. And so Babs, she said, I've never moved this fast in my life. And she went out and got him out. And then, of course, had to warm him up. And
heard splashing?
Was walking on. It was frozen over. The top was frozen over on the pool, and it broke, and he fell in.
Awful.
That's another thing, man. Word of caution: stay off the frozen ponds, please. Thanks to a friend of ours, we've got some NES information. NES services more than 470,000 people. Okay, in the Middle Tennessee area, there's a 7-county area where they have customers. At 3:00, the number of people without power of the 470 is 163,510. That is a healthy amount. I mean, more than 25%. Of y'all without power. Broken poles, 161 broken poles.
Oh, dude.
So we were talking about this during the break. Just kind of watching the sun do its work, man. It's amazing what the sun can do, even when the temperature is way down.
I'll tell you, man.
We need the ice off the power lines.
It was brutal watching all of that and hearing the trees snap, hearing the trees fall and go down. You just walk outside and it was just like a dang, I don't know. I don't even want to say what I was going to say, but it was a nasty scene.
Chris Miner said, a 59 isn't impossible. I shot that many times on the front.
Sounds like me and you need to play some golf, Chris, because that's about my trajectory as well.
No question. Titans had a couple of interviews scheduled for offensive coordinators today. We'll talk about that when we come back. And it is with a heavy heart that we remember our friend Ron Wallace. He was production coordinator here at Cumulus Nashville for all of our radio stations. You hear his voice all the time airing commercials. He passed away a couple of days ago. And I've known Ron, 18 years. Big Bama fan. So roll tide for Ron Wallace. And love you, brother. Lifting you up.
What's happening, y'all? Big Slay coming to you. And fellas and ladies, get real about your health. It's that time of the year. You don't need to be waiting and stretching it on out and say, I'm going to start next week. I'm going to start next week. No. You need to go to Synergix and Low T Center right now. And for a limited time, the men's TRT test is free. So take advantage. Women, we ain't forgot about you. Women's hormone test, normally $2.99, now $99. And the weight loss consultation, that's free. Walk in, book an appointment. Get at getmyhealthfix.com, and I promise you, you better believe it, they will come through for you. Fellas, when that T level is getting a little low, probably below 300, you need to get on it. Get on the TRT, the testosterone replacement therapy at Synergix and Low T Center, and watch how great you'll be feeling. It won't be just for you. It'll be for your spouse, too, I promise you. But that's a whole nother conversation. Understand that you got so many locations for you to go to. Go in there, get your free consultation right now. It's Synergix and Low T Center. Go to getmyhealthfix.com.
Good afternoon. It's 4:04. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports at the Make Kentucky Down Studios. In Titans news today, due to the weather conditions, head coach Robert Saleh's introductory press conference has been moved to Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Time instead of Wednesday. Also, according to Tom Pelissero, the Titans do plan to interview Cliff Kingsbury and Adam Stinovich today for the open OC position. The Super Bowl matchup is set as Mike Vrabel's Patriots will take on Mike McDonald's Seahawks in Santa Clara. Yesterday, the Patriots defeated the Broncos in Denver 10-7 to win the AFC. Meanwhile, Seattle with a barn burner of a game against the Rams, winning that one 31-27. Today, Jordan Schultz reports that Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders has been added to the Pro Bowl roster as a replacement, which makes him the first fifth-round rookie to make the Pro Bowl since Puka Nacua, and the first Browns quarterback to make the Pro Bowl since 2008. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Bring news at once and your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you guys are dealing with all of the challenges. I know a lot of y'all are without power. I know a lot of y'all have power and maybe know people that don't have power, so make sure you check on people and see what's up there. Streets downtown are a mess on the side streets. Division, which is right behind our radio station, pretty clear. I think 12th is pretty clear. And the interstates seem to be pretty good, right? You came in 24, Zev?
Yeah, 24 was at some points, like some of the lanes on the edges got a little snow left over on top of them, but the middle lanes were really, really good.
Executive producer of 3HL is Zeph Dog.
What up?
Great job on cover 2 with Blaine today.
Thank you. It was fun, as usual.
Yes. Dawn Davenport is going to check in at 4:20. She's had an adventurous day. We'll check in with her at 4:20 and figure out what's going on there. Slay is in Bristol, Connecticut. He'll be on ESPN tonight. So if you want to check out some really good basketball, number 20 Louisville at number 4 Duke, and then number 1 Arizona at number 13 BYU. Some of the best freshmen in America involved in both of those games. And one's at 6, one's at 8, and Slay Dog will be involved in all of that. So you can check him out there. Mark Mariani in studio, Moonshine.
We living. We are out here living.
We need an intro for him.
Yeah, come on, guys. Give me something.
You put a lot of
don't
3HL
put me
AT.
in absolute trash Baby Shark nonsense either.
Well, you only get that one.
No, don't you dare.
You only get that one
Don't
when you lose.
dare. Don't you dare.
And I don't
Yeah.
think you've lost.
So your argument is that Moonshine actually controls what is played.
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
So you would get the normal Jaws theme when you win. You get the Baby Shark when you lose.
Good thing there's college basketball tonight, huh?
There's college basketball tonight, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we're looking forward to all that. The head coach's press conference, Robert Saleh, got moved from Wednesday at 2 to Thursday at 2.
Correct, because of the weather. And Tennessee's basketball game on Tuesday at Georgia moved to Wednesday night at Georgia.
I'm glad you told me that.
I think it's at 6 o'clock. Or
I already knew that.
7 Eastern.
Wednesday at 6, Tennessee at Georgia?
Yep, it got moved from Tuesday.
All right.
It's a big day. It's an extra day of rest after a tough matchup with Alabama.
Very physical.
So,
can we hit on this story real quick, Moonshine? From Jordan Schultz, okay?
Okay.
So you still hold the record for most special teams yardage, right? In the Pro Bowl?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know where you were going. Yes, I do.
It'll be forever, unless they bring that game back. You go down
That's
in
right.
history.
I want that on my tombstone.
But it's funny because, like, people get named to the Pro Bowl roster still.
Oh, no.
And then people pull out, and then there are alternates. Did you see this story?
Yeah, it makes me sick to my stomach. Maybe that's why I have heartburn.
From Jordan Schultz, sources. Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders has been added to the Pro Bowl roster as a replacement player.
And this is why the Pro Bowl has been watered down, and it's not really, I mean, sure, it's an accolade, but come on, dude. I can't I mean, he played respectable.
Do you want me to go through his numbers and compare them to Cam Ward?
I was just, please.
And we'll localize this, and it's easy to because Cam Ward's numbers are all better than Shedeur Sanders.
So I saw a lot of national people putting out the reason Cam Ward wasn't in that list is because of the shoulder injury.
Okay. That's okay. Name him and then let him sit out and then go to Shedeur. Sources. Already did that part. All right, 8 games for Shedeur Sanders, 56.6% completion percentage. Cam Ward, 59.8. Yardage, 175 per game for Shedeur, 186.4 yards per game for Cam. Shedeur, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Sound like a Pro Bowl player?
Doesn't sound like a Pro Bowl player.
Cam Ward, 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Quarterback rating, Shedeur, 68.1. Cam Ward, 80.2. Now, he does have the shoulder. My position is name him and then go to Shedeur.
Well, I mean, truthful, not to be. Obviously, he's our guy, and I love Cam for all the reasons we've always talked about. But he wasn't a Pro Bowl quarterback.
No,
quarterback either. He didn't have a performance that warranted a Pro Bowl, which is the top 3 quarterbacks in the AFC.
And I'm not saying
I know you're not.
I just wanted to illustrate Shedeur's numbers by comparing them to Cam.
But now you've taken Shedeur, which again, I've been pretty hard on Shedeur because I don't like the whole media thing and after he got picked in the 5th round and had to earn his stripes and do all that, and he played for the organization and he grinded through some games and he got a couple wins. It's all great. Not going to take any flowers away from somebody in this league. It's really hard to play that position. It's really hard to win games at that, especially in Cleveland. But whatever. Anyway, not taking anything away from Shedeur. All I'm saying is he didn't earn it. He doesn't have a Pro Bowl resume for this season. And now you're going to attach that to his name for the rest of his career that he made a Pro Bowl in 2025. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And it kind of waters down the whole thing. So why? I mean,
because you're right.
So
now
many people turned it down. Then that just tells you
Pro Bowl quarterback Shedeur Sanders.
Exactly.
So this was the explanation from an article from the USA Today. So only 4 AFC quarterbacks were in the top 10 for Van voting. That was Josh Allen, Drake May, Patrick Mahomes, and Bo Nix. With that's what led Herbert getting the nod because of injuries to Patrick Mahomes.
What about Trevor?
So
yes.
He was initially named as the number 1 alternate when the rosters dropped. This article does not explain why Trevor Lawrence or why Shedeur was picked over Trevor Lawrence. It just says ultimately he got the spot over him. So this could have been anything from Trevor Lawrence turned it down, maybe due to an injury or something like that. Maybe he didn't want to go. I'm not sure.
Lots of people turn it down for lots of reasons.
I know, but that even tells you even more about what people think about it anymore.
I mean, what do they even do?
And they're
playing like, what do they play, flag football or something?
Dude, I'm sure there's more to the story, but like Trevor Lawrence is an MVP candidate, and he's not going. So if he turned it down, then that's his decision. But if they didn't offer it to him, then I need to know because it's frustrating.
But
man.
you're not even playing a game anymore. So do you really need 3?
Well, you played half the season. I don't know. That rubbed me the wrong way when I saw that, man.
So Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, 3 other quarterbacks that I probably would have put in over Shedeur. I don't know if these guys were asked and turned it down. That information has not come out yet. But the fact that, and I did see a report that apparently the names that were getting thrown around, like with Shedeur, like to fill in, were like Justin Fields, Geno Smith, Riley Leonard for the Colts, Phillip Rivers for the Colts. Like, this is where we're at with the Pro Bowl.
Then Cam better be brought up. That's trash.
Like,
if you were the Bills, would you hire Phillip Rivers as head coach?
Absolutely not.
Or does he need like a track record?
Hey, we should, when we're done talking about, we should talk about that too. We should talk about our expectation of owners getting a microphone put in front of them because everybody cries about wanting Miss Amy behind a microphone. And I have sort of an opinion on it.
A former Florida State wide receiver.
And you got to see Pagula now really damage his organization, I thought.
Okay, well, you'll talk about it. We could talk about it with Babs when she comes up. And also, we didn't get into the OC spot. Titans were set to interview Cliff Kingsbury and Adam Stanovich today. So that's a story that's out there. We'll talk to Babs about those things next. 3HL.
And I can't wait to tell you why I think Brian Daboll is a terrible hire for the Tennessee Titans.
Wow.
Terrible.
Hot
terrible.
take coming
Would
up.
be
Melt that
absolutely
ice out there.
atrocious.
Moonshine.
Hire.
Babsy coming up. We'll be right back.
Maybe you're going to need a way to relax and pamper yourself. Yes, a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa is your answer. And here's the deal with a Moment's Peace. They have at least 10 different services all under the same roof. So I'm talking massages, manicures, pedicures, sunless tanning, waxing, facials, skincare. They do spa parties. They have a hair salon. You can get your hair cut and colored there. They do makeup. They even have an awesome little shop out front with unique gifts. And so let's say you're in charge of a gift. A gift card for a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa will satisfy absolutely anybody. And they make it easy. Gift cards available 24/7 on their website, amomentspeace.com, or give them a call at 615-224-0770. If you have any special requests, you can always just stop by. They are in Cool Springs, right at the intersection of Carruthers Parkway and Bakersbridge Avenue. It's a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa.
3HL 1045, the Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Y'all take care out there. Latest number we had was 163,000 plus NES customers without power. So we know y'all are going through some challenging stuff, as is Babsy Davenport, who joins us now on Zoom. You can watch the show live,
There she
YouTube,
is.
Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch. Would you notice
Twitch, please.
Mark Mariani is sitting at your chair, but is not wearing your pink headphones?
Well, good job, Marianne.
I suppose you
Did
got
you bring
sick
your
of that.
own?
No, oh gosh, no. I don't have cool studio equipment, man. I'm just a grunt. They just give me whatever's laying around. I'm just glad these work.
I'm glad you live close to the radio station.
I
That worked out
know.
well.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
So, where was I going to go first? Moonshine, Babs.
Well,
Babs you always have days like this. There's always something going on. And when I told the story earlier, I started the story by saying Big Boy is fine. And then we kind of told the story. But for those that missed it, what happened, Babs?
Oh, it wasn't Big Boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's Palmer.
Oh, Lord.
It's the little dog. Yeah. So, we finally cleared like some of the stairs of ice so that the dogs could actually go down and go to the bathroom. Because it's, ridiculously cold out. So let the dogs out, go back and getting lunch ready for Hadley. All of a sudden I hear Mr. Babs yelling from upstairs, Palmer's in the pool. Palmer's in the pool. I'm like, what?
That's not something you expect to hear.
No. So yeah, he, thank goodness, heard the splashing of Palmer freaking out, trying to get out of the pool. Don't know how long he was in there, but he heard the splashing at least. So, of course, I look out, run down, almost bust my butt on the stairs.
Oh,
put my upper
which you've
part of
done
the body-
before.
Which I have done before, yes.
Yeah.
During our last ice storm, I fell in the pool. So, yeah. So
did,
had
same
to
thing.
body the dog to get him out because he's freaking out. And then, of course, he's freezing. It's 9 degrees, right? So I'm like running back inside, trying not to slip, get the bathtub going to get warm water on him because obviously he's freezing. I'm like, can we not just have normal dogs? Like, why do I have to have crazy dogs that can't handle themselves? So I think, and this is the dog that won't even go near the pool in the summer. Like, he won't even get within.
He's just doing what he saw Mama do last year. Fall into the ice pool.
I'm just glad Mr. Babs has that keen hearing. I mean, just absolutely epic clutch performance there by those years.
Well, and you're supposed to have the alarm on your pool in Williamson County that if something falls in the pool, the alarm goes off. Well, our alarm doesn't work. So we would never
radio.
have known.
Nothing's working today.
Well, hey, listen, nothing's working today.
That's right.
Thank goodness he heard and whatever. And so then, of course, Hadley's like, Palmer's going to die. Palmer's going to die. I'm like, he's okay. We got him. He's okay. Palmer's going to die. I'm like, okay.
Okay. Eventful day, that's for sure. One other thing that's happened today is Moonshine had severe heartburn when he came in. I was like, do you want a Tums? Babs calls them pocket Tums. There you go.
Yeah, what in the...
Is it working?
Well, I think they're more effective with a little bit of pocket lint on them, so thank you.
They just work.
They work good.
Why do you have heartburn?
Man, just been grinding through the storms. I think I'm on my 8th cup of coffee today, and I had chicken salad for lunch and about 2 pounds of it. So that's about it. I mean, I've just been on the run.
It should be working.
Did you lose power at your house, Marianne?
We were the lucky ones that didn't lose power, which meant we're the landing pad for a bunch of families right now. We have people sleeping on couches and a house full of kids.
That's great.
It's kind of, I mean, we've turned it into as enjoyable as it can be for the time being.
So, Babs, here are the numbers at 3 o'clock. NES, more than 470,000 customers, right, in this 7-county area. 163,510 without power.
It's just, I mean, I have numerous group chats of people that are without power. Mr. Babs had one of his coworkers that was without power that for I think 19 hours. So he finally just said, screw it, and drove into their office because he was like, I'm freezing. There's nothing else I can do. I mean, oh, it is scary. It's awful. All the videos of trees and all that. We have nothing but woods behind us. Luckily, nothing has come down on our house, but just hearing those trees like pop and branches explode like every couple of minutes back there because of the ice it's crazy. Our neighborhood luckily is in like this little pocket somehow that did not lose power. So all of the families have now convened at one of the neighborhood houses, same as yours, Mark, so that everybody can stay warm and all of that. It's nuts. I've never seen anything like this. And you guys know, like, I love my trees. And you remember the last like fast freeze, I lost all of my trees. You guys should see these poor trees in the backyard just completely bent over.
Oh.
Like there ain't no way they're making it. So, but most important thing is that everybody stays safe, but it's brutal.
Yeah, that's tough. Katie B on YouTube, we finally got the answer. Babs let the dogs out. Listen to you. 3HL powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. So Moonshine has a hot take coming, Babs. And so the deal was the Titans were to interview Cliff Kingsbury and Adam Stinovich today for the OC spot. And I said, do you wait to see what happens with Buffalo before you put an offer out there to see if you can get Brian Daboll? And Moonshine has a hot take.
It is not an opinion. This is a fact-based statement that hiring Brian Daboll is a terrible, terrible decision for the Tennessee Titans. And here's why. He's too freaking good. Okay? His resume is awesome.
Yeah.
He's got great quarterbacks,
Multiple
including Josh Allen.
systems.
Yes, multiple. He's been on Super Bowl championships team, national championship teams. He won assistant coach of the year in the NFL. His stint with the Giants wasn't perfect, okay? I get it. Every single cycle, he is going to be up for a head coaching job.
Yeah.
And if Brian Daboll gets hired to the Tennessee Titans and is our offensive coordinator for 1 year, guess what that means? That means Cam Ward is going
successful.
That means Cam Ward
Babs
is going.
has a retort to this.
That means Cam Ward is going into his third year with his third straight offensive coordinator, and that is a recipe for absolute disaster. And I don't agree with you. Well, I'll wait to hear what you say, Babs, before you
disagree. You'd rather listen to what she has to say.
Yes, I guess I'll try it. This is something my wife and I talk about too.
That I'm guessing you don't usually do.
I try my best.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what? Let's just hire someone crappy then. Let's just hire someone crappy and let them suck so they'll stay around. So Cam Ward doesn't have another OC, a third OC in 3 years. Well, you cannot have that mentality, Moonshine. That you can't have that. Like, it should be great. I can't wait for Cam Ward to have his third OC in 3 years because that means they're successful and Cam Ward is successful and the Titans offense is scoring more than 17 points a game.
We just had a head coaching cycle that had 10 vacancies. And I think 6 of them are filled. There's 4 left. There are going to be head coaches hired right now that are not as qualified as Brian Daboll. He doesn't have to have a ton of success as the Titans OC next year to get job offers to go be a head coach. I don't know. What if we go 500 even, or what if we have 7 wins or whatever, 6 wins? I still think, even if it's mediocre, I still think he's going to get job offers. And 1 year in one system is not good, and that will throw Cam Ward off. I think his career trajectory, at least for a few years. I just want someone who's going to stick around for 2 years or more.
This is a crazy take to me. This is an insane take to me.
I
just don't understand. We had a listener call and say the same thing. I had somebody hit me on Twitter and say the same thing, and I'm like,
What? This is like just planning for, I'm telling you, it's battered Titan syndrome. It is. This is what.
Why not?
It makes no sense.
Why not hire Dayball with the thought that he is going to have success and he is going to be in the hiring cycle next year?
Yeah.
But make sure that the quarterback's coach is legit and maybe he could step up.
I understand what Don's saying. That doesn't give you enough reason to then just hire somebody who's like a quarterback's coach right now who's underqualified to give them their shot. I get that. I do get that. I don't want to call it a victim, but in my career, I saw this play out. I could list for you every year of my career and how many offensive coordinators and head coaches I went through, and it is awful. It is so awful. And you have, at this point, you hire a guy, whatever, January, he gets to work with a player for 10 months, and then 11 months, and then at the end of that, he's got a new coach. I just wanted more of a commitment than that, and we'll see. But I don't know. I think he could improve Cam Ward, and I think he would have everything. He's got all the tools to do it. I don't want to see him leave after 1 year.
Who cares if he's gone in a year, Mary Annie? Now, I'll say this.
This is surprising to me because, like, you're the kind of personality type that's always chasing best, always chasing greatest, no matter what the situation is. And you can't be scared of what might happen down the road.
Exactly.
Where's this anxiety coming from?
Yeah.
Also, if Cam Ward does have
it's a good point.
3 offensive coordinators in the NFL in his first 3 seasons, then you go back to Miami, that's 4. You go back to Washington State, that's 5. Like, it would be 5 in a row.
Well, and we always say that it's the player.
You go back to that's what I was going to say too. He's used to it in his journey. He's learned a million different systems. He knows, he's used to it. This is what Cam Ward has done his entire journey. So that's another thing to point out.
Sure.
Are we convincing you?
Yes. I'm going to.
Are we bullying you into this opinion?
Absolutely not. I'm digesting.
No, we're bullying.
I'll stand right here and take it. I'm digesting what you're saying, and I'm giving it a second thought.
Here's where
I think
I want to hear from you, Mark. This is where you have the leg up on us because you played in the league. You were a wide receiver. You had to learn different schemes, offensive systems under different coordinators. We haven't done that, right? Like at all. So that's where you have the leg up. So what makes it so difficult?
It's just a completely different language every time. So you're doing the same thing, but you're learning. It's like learning a new language and new tendencies with your coach and getting on the same page. I mean, when you open, I'll bring a playbook in, and you guys can.
It's a challenging thing.
It's awful, and you feel like you get some timing and rhythm with somebody, and then they're gone, and you have to pick up the pieces. And it's difficult, But maybe having someone with as much experience and the skill set of Daboll for a year is just the best case scenario for Cam. I just feel like if we're in this situation 12 months from now doing the same song and dance, I mean, dude, we've seen, and we trash them, quarterbacks to get spit into these systems and get rolled through like Sammy Darnold or Daniel Jones coming through the Giants and back now with the Colts. Like you talk about guys that have their second chances and all that. And how come they didn't do it their first time, whatever? Well, this is the reason. This is why. This is how hard it is to play that position. You have to have some continuity at some point. You can't keep flipping it on and off. So
I want the best for him, though, because, look at Drake May's jump from year 1 to year 2. His year 1 was very similar to what Cam did this year. And now he's a potential MVP. It's crazy, the amount of jump you can have year 1 to year 2. So I want the best for him. I want whatever the best coaching is and best system is.
I buy it. I'll think about it. I mean, but listen,
Okay,
I'll tell you what, if Josh McDaniels left, it wouldn't be a great situation for Drake May. I'm just saying. That's a great comparison, actually, because Josh McDaniels was a head coach, failed at it. But we know he's an expert OC. Josh failed at it twice, now that I think about it. But
Peter Principal. He's an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, it's just like So if he left New England, then that would be a bad situation for that offense. But I guess they grind through it, and it just is what it is. But I don't know. It scares me to think that he'll be gone after 1 year. But hey, that's why we're on here.
Devil's advocate, who would you hire then as OC? Who do you want? Who do you want that is good enough, but you don't think is going to be gone after a year?
Well, sitting back,
Kingsbury, maybe.
I like Kingsbury. Yeah, I do like Kingsbury. And I like Mike LaFleur too, as a young guy who's been in the system, that we like, and everybody wants to be part of the McVay tree and all that stuff. And those guys.
He said he's staying, right?
Did he? I don't know that.
I think so.
I don't know if LaFleur. Why would LaFleur not want to take an OC job? He's quarterbacks coach, or no, he's a passing game coordinator and a position coach. But I don't know.
Yeah, the thought is he's staying with the Rams.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess you know who I want. I think I want Dable.
So just heads up, Mike LaFleur is actually interviewing for the Cardinals head coaching job today.
Yeah.
For a second interview.
That's a head coaching job. Plus, who the hell wants that job? You have to play in the NFC West. Your team sucks. What are you doing with the quarterback situation? That's a tough one, Arizona.
So
he might get that job.
Let's just get it straight. If we what I'm saying is I think Dable is the absolute man, and he'd be a great hire for the job. It just makes me furious that we'd be here in another year. But you guys are right. It'd be good for him for a year. I'll throw you out a name. Dave Ragone.
You love Dave Ragone. He used to be
Dave Ragone.
Louisville quarterback.
Isn't he like really old? He's been in.
He is not
He
old.
was in Tennessee a long time ago, right?
He's probably
was he here
40.
young?
He's probably 40.
Were
He's
you playing
46.
when he was with the Titans?
46, my
I
bad.
thought he was older.
He is right now the quarterback's coach for the Rams. He was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons under Art Smith.
He was lefty, right?
Lefty.
Yeah.
Couldn't hit the
sling
check down, dude.
Oh, is that what it was?
He always told me. He was my coach. And there's no, let me just tell you, there's
check down,
absolutely no like behind the scenes things. I'm just kind of talking out of where about this. But I don't know. I like the idea of getting the best in here for Cam, obviously. And I love the staff looking like Dable, Robert Saleh, and freaking Bones Fossil. Like, give me a break. We would have a massive come up as a Tennessee Titans organization. So, but I want somebody who's committed to Cam and being here for a little bit, and that's all.
So I mean,
What about?
He'd be great. He's phenomenal.
That's it.
That's it.
So I haven't heard that name at all. I think I've heard maybe like a murmur of this one, Nate Shieldhouse.
Yeah. I don't know
Young.
much about him.
so
I
he's
just know a bunch about him from his college days because he was at Iowa State forever as the quarterback's coach and then the OC. So, and I covered a ton of Iowa State games when he was there, but he's like the supposed up and comer in the NFL, right? He's 35 years old, passing game coordinator for the Rams.
How many passing game coordinators do they have?
They know.
I don't know.
So-
Apparently, I know when you said that about what's his name, I was like, oh, I know Shieldhouse is also considered a passing game coordinator.
so Dawn.
Maybe that's what.
was Shieldhouse. He's been in an interview with the Browns since this morning, and he's still in the interview right now.
Yeah,
He's
because you
still
got
in
to
there.
do all
in the
those
interview.
personality tests and
So
crap with them.
the Bills actually just put in a request for him to be there as a head coach interview while he was doing his interview in Cleveland. So they're extending the interview and keeping him longer. I think they're trying to hire him before he gets to go meet with the Bills tonight. Bless you.
Thank you. Wow. Okay. Yeah. 35 years old. Yeah. It's funny too, because personality wise, I always felt he was like really quiet. And now obviously he's 30 years old as a OC at that time in college, like by far the youngest around. But I always felt he was very like, non-confrontational, not in your face, like very subdued, just curious how that would work as a head coach at this time. And maybe he's changed, but wow.
Mike LaFleur is listed as the official offensive coordinator for the Rams. So
Okay.
I was wrong on that. He is more than just a passing game coordinator.
Hey, Babs, on the way out, New England and Seattle. Obviously, there's a storyline locally here with some people that will be in their feelings about Vrabel going to the Super Bowl. I get it.
I've already heard all about it.
I get it. We'll talk a lot about it. Where are you with this? Like, are you pro New England in this game, or are you pro Seattle, which is maybe more anti New England?
I'm not pro New England because I'm tired of my tweets of people telling me that this is my fault because you were happy they got rid of Vrabel and blah, blah, blah. Like, seriously, I have nothing to do with the decisions the Titans make, I promise. But anyway.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's a hard place to be. But if you're like a true Titans fan, see, this is where me and Mr. Babs differ because he's all about the Patriots. Go get it, Vrabel, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, as a Titans fan, I'm like, no.
Yeah, I don't like the Patriots.
I don't want you to succeed elsewhere.
I'm the same way. I have a hard time with it.
I mean, this is their 12th Super Bowl. Come on. Get out of here. I liked it better when they fell apart when Brady left.
Also, the Sam Darnold story, so much more attractive as like a storyline in this game.
Yeah.
I love Sammy D. Don't get me started. We
I
haven't
do
had
like
that conversation yet.
Why do you like him?
Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
Because he's a baller. He's a baller. He's won 14 games in the last 2 seasons. He again, we've talked about with Saleh about having a raw deal up in New York. He gets a raw deal trying to grind that in New York. Then he balled out and he became the guy in Minnesota. And a lot of that organization wanted him. They committed to quarterback. They drafted a guy 9th overall. And then they couldn't get out of their own way. And there's a lot of those dudes who wanted Sam Darnold. And I've just been following his career for a long time. He went to the same high school as my wife. And so I've been watching him ever since he was at. Did you see how athletic that dude is last night? And here's what I loved about it. We haven't really talked a lot about the game, but here's what I thought was sick down the stretch. It was such a good game. I didn't know who to pull for, honestly. I had a hard time because I like the Rams too. But here's the deal. They were in 4-minute offense, okay? Which means got to run the ball, got to get first downs, got to run out the clock at the end of the game. And they were running they ran multiple play actions with Sam Darnold and put it in his hands to go win him the game.
That's complete trust.
Get out of here. I'm sitting there as someone who's like, all right, let's see if this offensive line can get a first down in the run game. Like really like traditional thinking 4-minute offense. And they play action with Sammy Darnold getting out on the edge. And I'm just like, dude, he has full control and confidence in that. I mean, everything was just like, dude, this is a baller, bro. Baller. Anyway, I love Sam Darnold. Love him.
Do you think it's a boring Super Bowl matchup? I saw that a bunch of places that people are like, this is terrible. It's boring.
I think it's only going to be boring because I think it's going to be an absolute blowout.
You do?
Totally.
Seattle's going to blow them
100%.
out? Yeah.
Yep. The reason...
I don't know.
We could talk about it more, but Seattle going into the playoff, getting that bye week, they got 3 starters back. Basically 3 starters on defense, and their left tackle that hasn't been playing all year. They just paid him a boatload of money, made him one of the highest paid players on the team and in the league. They got him back, okay? Plus, they had 3 defensive starters that weren't starting all season and still had the number 1 ranked defense in the league with 3 starters that they got back during their bye week. They're as healthy as they've been all season long, and they got to this point without those dudes. And I can't really fathom it. I'm like, wait, where were those dudes all year? And here's the reason I know it. There were 2 Montana boys playing on that defense all year. Let's go, baby. One from Montana and one from Montana State.
Okay.
So I'm just saying.
The backups that stepped in?
Yes. So I'm just saying they're healthier than they've been all year. Mike McDonald is an assassin, dude. assassin on the defensive side of the ball, and they are just shutting people off. Ernest Jones, another one we had in our locker room. Anyway, I see the Seahawks as a problem in Santa Clara, a problem.
All right. Babs, try to keep the dogs out of the icy pool. Let's do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a reality show around here. You can't even make this crap up.
You know, there are reality production companies in Nashville, and I don't know why you don't have cameras at your house. It's always something.
Unreal. Oh, by the way, do you remember last year when I fell in the pool? So Mr. Babs fixed the cameras. They weren't rolling, so we couldn't. They didn't save the motion.
Weren't rolling, no alarms. Small dog in the pool, not big dog.
Y'all are a mess. Let's get through today, and then we'll worry about tomorrow.
Disaster. All right.
See you, Babsy.
Love you, boys.
Love ya.
There she goes. She's Babs. When we come back, we'll talk more about the Super Bowl matchup. Maybe get into the games that you wanted to talk about.
Love it.
That occurred yesterday. Some interesting football. Also, weather was involved.
Sure was.
Which you're used to in your history of playing football. But you have a different take about that. That's coming up. Stay tuned. 3HL, powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com.
Okay, Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. If you need new windows, you need new doors, guess what? You need to call Pella. Yes, you might be surprised to learn how affordable those replacement windows are from Pella Windows and Doors. Even more affordable with what we call the Dawn Deal. They let me do a different deal every single month and offer it to you. All you have to do is tell them, hey, give me the Dawn Deal, and they'll take care of you. And for the month of January, payments as low as $99 a month. And then on top of that, 50% off Pella certified labor. Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville, the absolute best. They did my windows in my rental property and doors and in my home as well, because we had issues with our windows not being sealed. And they're a great company to work for or work with, and they will take care of you. Schedule a free consultation. Super easy to do it. You can just do it online. You don't even have to call them if you don't want to. PellaNashville.com.
What's happening, y'all? Brentwood Jewelry. That's where you need to head to. You can go to BrentwoodJewelry.com, too, on your handheld devices, laptops, whatever it may be. And we're going to just browse through exactly what they got, man. It's going to make you smile. It's going to make you smile on the inside. And then when you get inside Brentwood Jewelry, then you'll really know why you're smiling, because, it's everything you're looking for when it comes to style exceptional, deals exceptional, every single day for over 50 years. Go to 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Engagements, they got you covered. Bracelets, charms, whatever it may be, earrings, watches. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, speaking of watches, you know they're the premier timepiece dealer in Brentwood Jewelry, right? You know that? Not only do they have the best selection in watches, but they are also the go-to spot for pre-owned Rolexes. So vintage or current models, get over there. Own a fine pre-owned Rolex for the fraction of the cost. All you got to do is go to BrentwoodJewelry.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Moonshine sitting in one more segment. And then you'll have me and Zeph for the 5 o'clock hour. Chris Lowe coming up at 5:20. So you loved the Seahawks game last night, Moonshine?
I
was with you. I didn't know who to, I really didn't care. I was just watching football. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I just have a bad taste in my mouth. Just growing up, I was a huge cheesehead. I mean, whatever. I'll admit it. But
that's
in
weird.
Montana, I just had a problem with the Seahawks and Broncos fans. And the Patriots, I have a problem rooting for the Patriots. And so the Rams are the only team that I was able to root for yesterday at all. But I will say I like this iteration of the Seahawks better than the Legion of Boom. Damn those Seahawks, man. I also got smoked in CenturyLink one time. Just doors blown off. Oh, it's so loud in there.
You?
The Seahawks.
Oh. I thought you meant somebody tattooed you.
No, I can't remember. I'm sure I did. But I was more thinking of the team. We just came out and got blitzed. It sucked. But anyway, I think Matthew Stafford is a top 5 quarterback ever. And
did you see that out route? You can say this about a lot of his throws, but he threw an out route from the wide hash to the sideline on the money. You couldn't barely even see the receiver. The coverage was so good. And it's just crazy what he can do.
Well, and what they're doing with Puka, is it's so fun to watch, man. It is so fun to watch. That's why I jokingly threw out Dave Ragone, but he's a quarterback's coach for the Rams and he has OC experience in the NFL, 3 years of it. So it's not that crazy. And Mike LaFleur is about to get a head job. But anyway, I thought that game was so fun to watch, man. So fun because you got 2 great offenses, obviously 2 great defenses, and there was just a lot of back and forth, and it was so great environment. And I feel, and we can go back and forth about this, but I feel the winner of that game is going to win the Super Bowl. And everybody in the chat that's telling me, oh, Vrabes' defense. It's nothing against Vrabes at all. I love Vrabes and what he's doing. Man to man, I would have loved to been on his
Dr. Gibby,
I would
all
have
these
loved
former
to been,
Titans.
Yeah, I know. I would have loved to been on one of his coach team. I would love for him to been my coach. That's the type of mentality I needed as a player. And so I'm not saying that, but there's also a lot of people in the chat that are saying, look at what Drake May did this year. He sucks. And what are you talking about? Josh McDaniels is any good. Their offense is trash. The only reason they're here. Yeah, I'm aware. That's why I believe that it's going to be a beatdown in the Super Bowl. And I hammered it last night when it was 3.5.
Yeah. 4.5 now.
I know.
Seattle by 4.5. Well, here's what Drake May did, though. 4,394 yards. That's number 4 in the NFL. 72% completion percentage, number 1 in the NFL. 31 touchdowns. He had 15 last year. That's number 3 in the NFL.
No.
113.5 quarterback rating, number 1 in the NFL. He had a season. That is for sure.
Trust me, I am not discounting the Patriots when I have this take. When I have this take of it has everything to do with the Seahawks. It has nothing to do with the Patriots and what I think they can do. And I know Vrabes is going to have a absolute plan for Sam Darnold and those guys. I just feel like the way that the Seahawks turned it up down the stretch, they had to beat the 49ers at home to get the number 1 seed. They've blown the brakes off of. All right, well, I guess they did it to the 49ers again, but then they handled business against the Rams, and who I think was the hottest team in the league. Number 1 offense, hottest team, and they got them at home. And I just think the Seahawks are hitting their stride at the right time. They got even healthier. And so this is not a negative take on the New England Patriots. It's more that what I've seen from the Seahawks in the last few weeks is dangerous, man. And Mike McDonald has them flying on defense. And in all fairness, the Patriots, dude, they had very little friction down the stretch. I mean, they had to beat the Broncos at home or on the road. They scored 1 offensive touchdown.
Backup quarterback who hadn't played since 2023.
When they got the ball on the 6-yard line when it should have been a defensive score. Other than that, they did nothing.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Plenty of time to talk about that for the next couple of weeks, and we will. Appreciate you coming in, bro.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. I love you, Brent. I just want to reiterate one more time, stay safe out there in Nashville. Thoughts and prayers to everybody who's still working on getting that power and got issues, and help a neighbor, pay it forward. Let's get everybody out of their holes and get back to real life. But have a big, strong week because we got a lot of work to do.
Well said. 5 o'clock hour coming up. We'll talk some college football and college basketball with Chris Lowe at 5:20. When we come back, some storylines with regard to dramatic changes year to year with a first-year head coach. Can that happen? Do you think it happens with the Titans and with Robert Saleh? Coming up next, 3HL, 615-737-1045.
MedicalHouseCalls.com. This is healthcare designed for your life, 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's same-day appointments available. Next day, that's guaranteed. All you got to do is call them at 615-838-2375. Here's a little breakdown of exactly what Medical House Calls is. It's primary health care, urgent care, IV therapy, all up under one umbrella. All you got to do is understand the process. It's very simple. You can call or text Medical House Calls, and their team will assess what you need within minutes. You book your visit. After a quick chat, they schedule your visit. Medical providers will be at your door to deliver care. Get you back to feeling the way you're supposed to ASAP. Now, I did the exact same thing. I had the mobile IV therapy, and I promise you it works wonders. You'll be back to doing what you have to do. If it's work, if it's athletics, whatever you got to do to get back active, this right here will have you covered. It's healthcare designed for your life. The number is 615-838-2375. MedicalHouseCalls.com.
Good afternoon. It's 5:05. I'm Joe Spinato live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports at the Make-Kentucky Down Studios. In Titans news today, due to weather conditions, head coach Robert Saleh's introductory press conference has been moved to Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Time. You can check that out live here on The Zone during Cover 2. Titans General Manager Mike Bergonzi will be at the press conference and not down in Mobile for the Senior Bowl. Also, according to Tom Pelissero today, the Titans were planning to interview Cliff Kingsbury and Adam Stinovich for their open OC position. The Super Bowl 60 matchup is set. Mike Vrabel's Patriots will take on Mike McDonald's Seahawks in Santa Clara after the Patriots defeated the Broncos in Denver 10-7. Meanwhile, Seattle took down the Rams 31-27. For your foundation repair, whatever the needs you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful evening in the Music City. Hope y'all are staying warm and safe and all of those things. I know a lot of y'all are without power. Last we heard, NES customers anyway, 163,510 with 161 poles broken. Those are some awful stats. So thinking about y'all, we've had people chiming in the chat, been without power for 24 hours or been without power for 28 hours. And we certainly are thinking about you guys. And we are here for another hour. Zeph Dog is here.
What's up?
Slay Dog is in Bristol, Connecticut. He will be all over ESPN with a big night of hoops for the top 20 teams in action tonight. Number 20, Louisville at number 4, Duke, coming up at 6 o'clock. Duke favored by 8.5. Number 1, Arizona at number 13, BYU. Zona favored by 1.5. That game at 8 o'clock on ESPN. So, Slay Dog is doing that. Babsy is on assignment, and we are here for you. Phones are wide open. 615-737-1045 is the number. That's 615-737-1045. We were talking about that Tennessee-Alabama game, and the big story revolving around that game over the weekend was the availability of 3-year pro Charles Bediako. So he was 5 of 6 from the floor, 13 points and 3 rebounds. So on 3 reporting, Charles Bediako's temporary restraining order against the NCAA has been extended 10 more days due to the NCAA Council's unavailability for a hearing tomorrow in Tuscaloosa. So Bediako will be available against Florida, and that one's going to be something.
Todd Golden talking his smack last week.
We're going to beat him anyway, is what he said. And Missouri. So he will be available for those 2 games officially.
I will say that he was noticeable on the floor.
Yeah,
now,
sure.
he didn't play the whole game. I think he only played like 23 minutes, I think.
There were multiple players more talented and had a bigger impact than him, but he had an impact.
Yeah, and he was noticeable from when he was in there. You could definitely tell his size and that they drew up some plays specifically for him that ended up working. Now, Rick Barnes said after the game, like, hey, like, we kind of figured he was going to play, so we didn't change our game plan at all. We kind of knew what we were going to do, and they ended up winning the game. So I will say Tennessee's Twitter account, Tennessee basketball's Twitter account was hilarious. They tagged a G League team, which actually it's a G League team that Kennedy Chandler plays for, and said, hey, y'all are next.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Florida and Alabama now after all the comments by Todd Golden. If you didn't see it, basically he said, he talked freely about the availability of Bediako and said, we're going to beat them anyway, whether he plays or not. So he's going to play. This from Ryan Roberts, Rise and Draft on X. By the way, Stoney Keeley and Zach Lyons are at the Senior Bowl this week, so they'll be checking in various shows, and you can watch their pod, Football and Other F Words, and they'll have you covered. And look forward to that. Maybe we get Zach on tomorrow, just kind of preview what they're doing.
Unfortunately for some of the senior guys going to watch the Senior Bowl, a couple of the bigger names have dropped out, like Reuben Bain, Jeremy Bernard from Alabama, David Bailey from Texas Tech. Names like that. Some due to weather, some due to, I guess, just
not wanting to do it.
Yeah, not wanting to do it, trying to get healthy for the draft.
Yeah, Daniel Jeremiah, I know you guys spent time on this on Cover 2, has his first mock draft. So it's the mock draft, Daniel Jeremiah mock draft 1.0. And we'll go through that in the 545 segment. It'll raise your eyebrows.
It's an interesting pick for the Titans he has in there in his first one.
Yes. This from Ryan Roberts, Rise and Draft. Official Senior Bowl height and weight for Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia. Remember we said he's probably about 5'9"?
Yeah.
We met him at Media Days. 5'9" and 7/8. Almost 5'10". He was listed at 6 feet at Vanderbilt. 198 pounds. So then Babs finds her name is Alika Sadeghi, and she quote tweeted it and put it back out there and wrote, "Now you guys know what it's like to be a straight woman on dating apps."
I mean, listen, if you followed Vanderbilt football, if you followed SEC football at all, you kind of saw this coming. Everybody knew that the height that he was listed, especially during the Heisman ceremony, that was when it was like insanely obvious. I mean, if you've ever just seen him next to other players, you can tell he is much shorter than the next guy.
Well, I know that from standing next to him.
Yeah, and
from Dawn standing next to him. Because Dawn used to be 5'7". And now she's 5'5", so. She was listed at 5'7" as a volleyball player at Auburn. And then she went to the doctor not too long ago, and he told her. He might have said 5'4", though. So, anyway, just looking at him, that's fine.
So you're saying football isn't the only other sport that lies about their heights?
Yes. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Bust and Diamond. Also, Pavia's measurements, to which Larry Reporting wrote, "I don't want to know Pavia's measurements," which I thought was funny.
Do you think a team's going to take a shot at him in the draft, or do you think he's going to go undrafted?
Either way, I bet he makes somebody's roster. I mean, practice squad, whatever. Like, tell that guy he can't do something.
I'll be interested.
You know what I mean?
I'll be interested to see what he does down at the Senior Bowl this week.
They'll crush him with his size, but look at what he produces. He's a gamer. He's a dog. All of those things. And
Blaine brought it up, like, hey, like, the fact that he's 5'9" and 7/8 when they listen to him, the fact that he's still that he's that small and he did what he did on the stage that he did it is, like, all the more impressive. Like, it makes his season in 2025, like, that much more, like, wow.
615-737-1045. Let's see. New England. So New England, 14-3 regular season. They were 4-13 last year. First-year head coach has them in the Super Bowl off of a 4-13 season. Titans obviously with 3 wins this year. Washington did it the year before. They went from 4-13 in 2023 to 12-5, and they were 1 win away from the Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback. Then you have the Bears, who went from 5-12 to 11-6 with a home playoff game and a playoff win this season under a coach in his first year. Jacksonville went from 4-13 to 13-4 with a home playoff game with a head coach in his first season. How possible do you think it is that the Titans have a turnaround like that? Like, basically flip the record.
With
Robert Saleh as head coach.
I mean, obviously it's possible, but here's what I don't want to have happen is I don't want the expectation to be to be immediate success in his first year, because not all teams.
It's just crazy how the league works now, where you really can. There's no, like, you don't have to build over 3 years. Like, you can immediately flip it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
There are so many cases like this now.
And I feel like there are some people out there that are going to make him live up to that expectation of, oh, why couldn't you do what Mike Vrabel did in New England? Hey, why couldn't you do what Ben Johnson did in Chicago? Hey, why couldn't you turn around this team immediately?
Oh, yeah, and that's not fair.
And it's not fair.
But, yes, fans can say and think whatever they want to think. Yeah. And that's beautiful for me because that's what we do. But
as in terms of reality,
every situation is different, though. But I'm just saying it is possible.
I will say if
they
take the correct path in terms of another good draft class from Mike Bergonzi, you wisely and properly spend your cap space, which you have a ton of, which New England did this last year. They spent a lot of money in free agency, and they helped fill the holes on that roster. And now look at them; they're in the Super Bowl. You got to do that. You got to make sure the stuff that you're bringing in, the players that you're bringing in, that those hit. Because that the roster is what has been the detriment. You could say the coaching, you could say whatever. The roster for the Titans is what's been the detriment for this franchise for the last, 3-4 years? Because of all those misses in the drafts over that 4-year period.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you turn the roster around, I feel like a decent coach could get something out of it.
3HL 1045 The Zone. If you want to watch the show, you can live. Zone TV feed, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Lonzo says without, and you guys know a lot of these guys in one way, shape, or form from being 3HL crew members and family members. Lonzo, without power for 28 hours. I love you, bro. DHB2, currently on hour 39. Holy crap. Candy B, 32 hours without power. Second hotel in the last 24 hours. Prayers, Candy B. To all y'all dealing with this, man. This was exactly what we talked about. Once they got away from the huge snow totals and they started mentioning freezing rain and all these things, and we were just hoping that the snow would last long enough to not give us a half an inch of ice. More in some cases. I think Brentwood got 0.8 because that's devastation levels of ice. And that's what we've seen. There are trees down everywhere. Power lines down everywhere. More than 163,000 people still without power.
Yeah, last night I went to, in preparation for getting into work today, I went and spent an hour outside chipping the ice off my Jeep. And it was over an inch in some of the places on my Jeep. It was crazy.
615-737-1045. Chris Lowe coming up in just a second. Ray, no power in Cottontown. Is that right, Ray?
Yes, it is, sir. About, I think, 6:13 yesterday morning, and we still rolling at, 5:17 now?
Yeah, almost 36 hours.
Well, hey, everybody, I got a question, but everybody take care of their neighbors. I'm at my buddy's house because my meter got ripped off my house by a limb. Ooh. So I just found out for anybody out there, if your electric company will not put your meter back on, you got to hire an electrician, and then they will hook your power up. So when we get power, until my meter is put back on my house will be one that does not get power. So thank goodness for friends and neighbors. Take care of each other. I'm at my buddy's house.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I've never called in. My buddy Matt, who I'm at his house, he's won tickets from you, Matt from White House. He calls himself White House. He's Cottontown. But I'm in his driveway, and I was waiting for you guys to come on at 3, turn the heat on in the 4Runner and say, I can listen to some sports talk. We rolled out and found there was 4 places in White House last night that had power. One I'll give a shout-out to, Neil's Poorhouse. I got to watch the first game. They were understaffed, but, damn, they did a great job. Yeah. But my actual question is, and I love y'all's show.
Thank you.
Is, okay, I understand they moved the press conference probably because of the weather and all that.
That's exactly why.
How important is the Senior Bowl if they're just going to do the press conference and general manager's going to be at the press conference, which, of course, I understand all that. But is the Senior Bowl that important for these guys, or are we missing the boat?
I was surprised to hear that he wasn't going to be there. Now, he's probably going to be down there and come back for the press conference and then go back. I don't know how that's going to work, but those things will be fleshed out. But, yeah, I'm like you. I was surprised to hear that, honestly.
Well, I appreciate y'all taking my call. Tell everybody be safe, drive safe. If you don't have a four-wheel drive, front-wheel drives are spinning all over White House today.
Yeah.
Just be careful, guys.
Yeah, man. Stay warm, bro. Appreciate it.
Go Titans.
There you go. There's Ray. 615-737-1045.
Yeah, I think some of the scouting department is headed down to the Senior Bowl. Again, a little bit affected by the weather, trying to get down there. Maybe that's part of the reason Berganzi is staying, is he can't get down there and come back. And so he had to pick one or the other.
I don't know. I hate to.
But
I hate to guess.
yeah, it's just the Senior Bowl is important.
Very. They're all down there.
Especially for like because the Senior Bowl highlights the veteran guys in college football. It's the guys that help build a culture on your team because they're seniors. They've been in college football for their entire time, and those are really the guys that help solidify culture when you pick them in the draft.
Clemson football coach Dabo Swinney keeps receipts. I don't know if you saw that story. It was incredible. He went about 18 minutes where he talked in detail about Ole Miss going after one of the players that had already signed a contract with Clemson, which you were not supposed to do, and went after Pete Golding. We'll talk about that and more with Chris Lowe from On3.com next. Stay tuned. 3HL is powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. Maybe you need a four-wheel drive. We just talked with Ray and Cotton about that. Gupton's got you covered there. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, the guys at Gupton will hook you up the best and the right way, and they'll do it. When you go see them, let them know what you're looking for. They will point you in the right direction. You take your test drive, you go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it will be that easy. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Take 24 West toward Clarksville. Exit 35 is about 9 miles outside the city. Take a right, and you will end up in Springfield, Tennessee. Beautiful community here in Middle Tennessee, and about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Check them out online when you get the chance. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All the dealership information is there, address, phone number, all of the deals they have going on in the month of January right there. All the inventory that they have, new and pre-owned. Tremendous selection of pre-owned vehicles right there online. GuptonMotors.com. Again, 3450 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield, Tennessee, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. I believe it'll be the best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. Check him out. Daniel Gupton and his crew ready to help you out. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Maybe you're going to need a way to relax and pamper yourself. Yes, a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa is your answer. And here's the deal with a Moment's Peace. They have at least 10 different services all under the same roof. So I'm talking massages, manicures, pedicures, sunless tanning, waxing, facials, skincare. They do spa parties. They have a hair salon. You can get your hair cut and colored there. They do makeup. They even have an awesome little shop out front with unique gifts. And so let's say you're in charge of a gift. A gift card for a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa will satisfy absolutely anybody. And they make it easy. Gift cards available 24/7 on their website, amomentspeace.com, or give them a call at 615-224-0770. If you have any special requests, you can always just stop by. They are in Cool Springs, right at the intersection of Carruthers Parkway and Bakersbridge Avenue. It's a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you. Executive producer of 3HL is Zeph.
What's up?
Let's go up to Knoxville. Chris Lowe joins us from on3.com. Chris, what's up? How are you?
I'm good. I hope everybody there's surviving, making it through what I know has been a tough last 24 hours there in the mid-state.
It's been a rough go, man, for sure. Lots and lots of people without power, trees down everywhere, beautiful, beautiful trees and power lines, all those things. So, yeah, prayers up for sure. What did you guys deal with weather-wise in East Tennessee?
We were pretty fortunate. Really, Brent, we had some ice and a little ice, freezing rain, but mostly all freezing rain, and they were the roads were really pretty good. I think there were some people who had some issues with, like you said, some power lines freezing, but so far, so good as far as losing power and that type of thing.
Real quick, we'll get into Dabo Swinney keeping receipts. That was pretty amazing in just a minute. But the transfer portal, I don't know, was it like a week and a half ago where there was a deadline and it was midnight but I still see like not only people entering the portal but also people transferring. Like, how does that work?
The first thing is, you can still transfer. You can still take visits and get it and go to schools if you've already been in the portal. The deadline was for actually entering the portal. So if Chris Lowe says, hey, I'm going to enter the portal just before midnight, well, I'm in the portal. Well, at that point, I can still start looking around, or I can still be looking around and talking to schools and trying to decide where I'm going to go. So that would be the first part of the answer. The second part is schools that were in the championship game, Indiana and Miami, those kids were given an extension on when they could enter the portal, just like the schools that were in the semifinals. So that's maybe why you're seeing some of these guys.
I got you. Yep.
From those two, again, the Hoosiers and the Hurricanes. So those players had a little, but yeah, it's still ongoing. There's still going to be, I'd say, for the next week or two, you're going to see guys announcing that they're signing with this team. But as far as actually, so if I'm at Alabama right now and I decide tomorrow that I want to get in the portal, that portal's closed. And here's the other thing I'm glad you asked that question, that I would point out, Brent, is unlike last year, there is no spring portal period. And so there's not going to be the Nico Iamaleava situation. There won't be schools like Tennessee that still has a chance to go out and get a Joey Aguilar in the spring. So that makes it a little dicier. So if you go through spring practice and you're like, uh-oh, our quarterbacks stink, or, man, we need another corner, or we don't have, we need another receiver. Well, you can't go – there is no spring portal now to go get those guys.
Chris, let's talk about Kurt Cignetti, man. 27-2. I mean, I don't think people understand how incredible of a story this is. Coming into the season, they had more losses than any other college football team now in the history of the sport. Now, Northwestern passed them this year because they don't lose under Kurt Cignetti. But this story is absolutely incredible. And, man, Miami did everything they could in that national title game to bloody them up, literally. Mm-hmm. And they just hung with them and kept getting up and kept fighting and kept battling and got that national title. Just amazing story.
Yeah, and it was a game. The game was a lot like I thought it might be. And we talked last Monday before the game. And I told you guys I thought Miami checked the boxes, up front defensively and physically to be able to hang in there and give Indiana some problems, and they did. But you're exactly right, man. They tried to sort of make it a bully-type football game, and Indiana they weren't having any of it. They stood right there. And I thought Indiana's offensive line, while not maybe as ballyhooed as Miami's defensive front, did a really good job.
Yeah,
for the most part. They ran the football just enough. They protected Mendoza. Mendoza's run down the goal line was, it was
iconic.
Toughness personified, man. Giving up his body and find a way to get into the end zone. But just a really good, physical, tough football game. And it goes to show you when you get to that level and you get to the end, it's hard to win. It's hard to win those kind of games. It's hard to win the title. But, man, the things about football that make it the sport it is even on the biggest stages, they're still there. Think about that block punt. Indiana didn't even have – Signetti said after the game, we didn't even have our punt block on. We were more punt receive, and they were able to get in there and block the punt. And you look back at – that's the difference in the ball game. If Miami protects there and they don't have that punt block for a touchdown, no less. That's one thing to get a punt block, but when you have it recovered for a touchdown, that was that's again, it just shows you how thin that margin is, Brent, at that level when you're playing for a title. And people talk about special teams. Probably more appropriately, we don't talk enough about special teams. In that play, we could point to about 10 other plays in that game. But when you get a punt block for a touchdown, I'd love to see the percentages of how many times you win a football game if you have a punt block for a touchdown.
Chris Lowe with us from On3.com. Chris, Dabo Swinney, man, what was it, 18 minutes of going after Pete Golding and Austin Thomas got thrown in there, who's from here. I mean, he kept receipts, man, and went public. He was tired of going to the NCAA and them not doing anything. So he's like, I'm gonna just castrate you here publicly.
Yeah, three things. I'll start with Austin. I've known Austin a long time, and his name, he just catches a stray out of nowhere. Well, their GM, he's like, well, Pete's going to do what Pete does. And I'm like, oh man, as soon as you hear that, you're like, you know how that's going to go over well inside the Ole Miss football building. Whether Austin said that or didn't say it, I mean, I want to be clear. That was the first thing. The second thing, are you not humming the theme from Law and Order the whole time he's doing that? Dabo puts the glasses on like he's an assistant district attorney, and he's reading. He's reading at 1:07 p.m. Our player received a text, and the next day at 2:22, it's almost like you got a district attorney sitting up there reading through their notes. And I love when he put the reading glasses on. The third thing is, you're right. Coaches whine and complain and bellyache about tampering, and the reality is, I think I repeated this line last week, is everybody tampers and everybody gets tampered with to some degree. Now, maybe some of it's more egregious than others, but it's almost like speeding. Okay, are you doing 97, in a 55, or are you doing, 81 to 70? But to hear a coach like that to come out publicly and start naming names and giving specific examples and saying, hey, we talked to this guy at their place, we talked to that guy at their place. If you're going to complain about it, okay, and I don't know what can really be done. I guess we're going to find out now, right? But at least go on record like that. And I'm not saying Dabo was wrong or right. I know some guys I've talked to inside the coaching profession are glad he did that. But if you really want to stop it and you really want to provide some teeth to it, then you've got to do what he did. And you've got to go on the record and you've got to give specifics. And I think probably I'm a little leery of hearing coaches complain about pointing the finger at everybody else. Well, let's hear some real meat. Well,
he did it.
He gave us plenty of meat. And if anybody was going to do that, having known Dabo for 2 decades now, and had tons and tons of conversations with him, I'm not the least bit surprised that he's the one to do it. And again, you can abhor the guy or you can love the guy, but that is who Dabo is to a T, and he's never going to change. But no, when I saw it, I saw him get started. I'm just sitting there sort of smiling, grinning, and shaking my head and said, all right, I should have known it, that Dabo would be the one to go full barrel like this.
Do you think him doing that and the attention it received maybe opens the door for other coaches to feel more comfortable to do things like that publicly?
And if their closets are clean, I mean, Dabo obviously feels like his closet's clean.
Yes, that's true.
But he doesn't. Dabo doesn't really deal much in the portal. So again, if someone's going to do it, it's probably going to be somebody like him, who's done very little of anything in the portal. I mean, this kid from Cal that they brought in is one of like about 7 or 6 kids that he's brought in, period, since the portal thing started open. And there may be a few more that I'm not counting from this year. But he's probably, when I say the perfect person, he's probably, if you think of a guy who's going to do it, it's him, because he doesn't really have anything in his closet from the transfer portal. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, like they do about all schools and coaches, well, he was cheating under the table years ago, just like Saban was, just like everybody else, Ohio State, Michigan, everybody points the finger at everybody else, Georgia. And you know what? I'm not naive. I understand where college football was and the under-the-table recruiting that went on from everybody. So I can see how people would point the finger at Dabo and say, well, how did you get this player? How did you get that player? But as far as the portal, we'll see if somebody else comes out and says something about it. I think the thing that I haven't talked to Dabo since, and I talked to people on his staff and close to him. I think the thing that really got him, again, we haven't heard from Ole Miss yet, so we're taking what Dabo said.
I might wait a few days.
And I think what really, really, really got him was the fact that he, again, according to him, he had a kid that they had sitting in class, getting text messages from another
while
school.
Under contract at Clemson, which not in the portal, which you're not supposed to contact those guys.
And the other thing that jumped out to me, Brent, about this whole thing, again.
And real quick, Chris, for those that don't know, the allegation from Dabo Swinney in this press conference was that Pete Golding sent him a message while he's in class asking what the buyout is and sent him a picture of a contract with $1 million on it. I mean, the NCAA does nothing anymore, man.
No. But the other thing I was going to say is the other thing that jumped out to me, and again, these are all allegations, and I'm not saying Dabo's making any of it up or he's making some of it up. But we haven't heard from, to be fair, I want to preface this because someone's going to come out and say that Chris has taken Dabo 1,000% at his word. Now, Dabo has not been, in my experience with Dabo, one to lie to me. I will say that. But the allegation that the agent said, hey, listen, if you'll add another year, if you'll add another year guaranteed, another $1 million, we'll turn over all this stuff to you to give to the NCAA. That, to me, was the slimiest part of all of it. And you know what? Covering the sport as I do and knowing what I do and talking to all the different people, sadly, I wasn't surprised by that.
Yeah. It made me think of all of the stories that, I mean, you've been doing this a little bit longer than me, but we've both been doing it for a long, long time. And so we, come across stories that were entertaining and just, circus-like. And the one that always gets me that I think about every once in a while is the Albert Means situation from the 90s.
Albert
from
Means
Memphis,
business.
Alabama, and Tennessee.
You know what I think about when I hear all these stories, and the more we hear about money and players getting this, and coaches too, getting big contracts while their teams are still involved in the playoff, and not just Lane, but there were a ton of them. There were a ton of coordinators that did the same thing, that took jobs while they still had teams. Brian Hartline, they took the play calling duties away from him in the playoff. I'm not so sure that did Ohio State any favors. But the movie, remember Blue Chips?
Yes.
Remember Blue Chips?
That's so great.
And the closing scene, with Pete Bell was the coach, and he gets up there in front of all the boosters, and they're clapping, and he just sort of pulls at Dabo, and he goes, of course, he's telling himself about all the cheating he did. And we did this. We brought this guy a tractor. We bought this guy a car. And he just says, it's about money. And he just starts screaming. It's about, and I think of that scene all the time. When I hear these stories that gosh, that movie's 25 years old?
It's so great.
Maybe older. And I think they maybe were a little bit ahead of their time when they made that of what college sports has become and what it is. And I still say, Brent, and I don't want to get on a soapbox here because I love, man, the playoffs are awesome.
Yeah.
The games this year were incredible. And I'm, as I said, sign me up for that all the time, but I still say that all the chaos that exists, leadership from the NCAA side, from commissioners, from chancellors and presidents, I think the people that have gotten off the easiest in all this are the presidents and the chancellors at the universities. Because if they really wanted to get together and stop this, I'm not saying they could stop all of it, but they could certainly step in and sort of lead the way, to stop it. And just like Jay Billis said Saturday, and that conversation was really good about the whole
Bediako
deal with the Alabama kid.
Yeah.
the reason why do they not stop it? You're a smart dude. Why do they not stop it?
Well, my take on that was money, of course. I didn't know who to be mad at about that because, like, the kid wants to play, great. Alabama wants him to play because if they can get him to play and it's legal and all these things, of course you do it, right? The other thing, like the judge that gives to Alabama, like, of course he wants him to be eligible because that's his team. Like, I didn't know who to be mad at about that situation, but Tennessee did play a ton better in that game than the Kentucky game.
Well, I think it sort of blew up in Alabama's faces, and by that I mean I think it fueled Tennessee, to be honest with you. I thought they used that as motivation and played that way. It's pretty obvious, how tough they were down the stretch. But no, I saw some people taking shots at the kid. That's wrong. I mean, listen, if he wants to play and court rules that he can play, it's not fair to go after him personally. Now, if you want to go after Nate Oates, I mean, he made the decision to play him. Would every coach in America play that kid? Probably not. Some would, some wouldn't. That's a call you got to make. But what we've done is we've sort of weaponized state courts, Brent, and everybody's done that.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama's done it. Ole Miss is trying to do it with Trinidad Chambliss.
Yep.
Tennessee did it. The NCAA comes after Tennessee. They're going to make Nico Iamaleava ineligible. Okay, they're going to go through with this investigation. What did Tennessee do? State Attorney General sued the NCAA. So it's become, if we don't like the ruling or we don't like what's going on, we're going to get it somehow in our state court and we're going to sue. And most of the time, the NCAA loses their track record. The NCAA's record, the old Parcells record, the Orwich record says you are. The NCAA's record's awful in court. They haven't won. About the only time they won, and I felt sorry for the kid, was the baseball player at Tennessee this past year who tried to get his year back.
Yep.
And in-state, they ruled against him. He didn't get it back. The kid who transferred, he went to Walter State and went to North Carolina. But that's what we've done. We've sort of weaponized that. And again, there's got to be some kind of uniformity where we know what eligibility is. If you sign a contract, and here's the thing that drives, I think, coaches crazy. If you sign a contract to go pro and you go to the draft, then you're done. There should not be a loophole to come back and play. Football, baseball. You don't think baseball coaches are looking at this and seeing how this plays out right now? Think of all the kids who leave baseball teams to go into the minors.
Yeah.
And still have eligibility
That's
left.
the same thing.
The very same thing. And they've got eligibility left. They just don't quite crack the majors.
Yeah.
And they want to come back and play. So there's a huge Pandora's box if we open here. I just wish they would say, you know what? You've got 5 years to play. When you get out of school, if you want to play 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. And I wish professional sports would cooperate too, because it's not an NCAA rule. But if I think I'm good enough, if I'm Nate Ament coming out of high school, and I want to go straight to the NBA, you know what? He ought to have the ability to do that. Same with football. And say, all right, you got 5 years when you get out of high school. And if you don't play, I don't think the whole age thing should matter. But you've got 5 to play, and leave it at that. That to me, that's almost too simple. But we'll see where it goes. I just hope there's a lot of smart people out there, a lot of people who care about college sports and getting it right, and sort of climbing out from under what's just been a chaotic last few years. And I hope they all can come together as adults in the room and figure out some of these things. Because I just don't want them to screw up what we're seeing on Saturday, because the product's been outstanding.
Great topic, Chris. Great job, man. Really appreciate you hopping on. Glad you're safe from the weather, and appreciate the kind words about our community. Thank you, man.
Okay. See you guys. Take care.
All right, Chris Lowe, on3.com, at CLOFB is where you will find him. If we have time, when we come back, Daniel Jeremiah put out his first 2026 NFL mock draft. I can run through it quickly. Certainly tell you who he has the Titans taking at 4. It'll raise your eyebrow for sure, and we'll do that next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Emmett says on YouTube, Malachi Tony going to get a huge bag. Heck yeah, that dude is incredible. So you know what else is incredible? eSpace is. They're going to help you with any of your working situations. Maybe you need to solve some things with regard to that. Maybe you need meeting space. Maybe you need just a way to maybe get out of the house and go get some work done. eSpaces.com, you'll see everything they've got going on there, all of the services they provide, and they will explain it really well there. eSpaces.com. There are 15 locations in Middle Tennessee. Certainly one near you. eSpaces.com. Redefining co-working with exceptional offices for every business, designed for entrepreneurs, teams, and established professionals, featuring private offices, team suites, meeting rooms, fully equipped, 24/7 access, flexible terms, beautiful professional spaces that are move-in ready. Whether you're scaling up or just getting started, eSpaces provides flexibility without compromise. Want to check them out? You can, eSpaces.com. Tours available now. Reserve your space early. eSpaces.com. That's eSpaces.com.
Happy Monday to everybody. It's January, and maybe you sat down and said, okay, it's time that we as a family took a long, hard look at retirement and what we want to do there. Need to call my friends at Trajan Wealth. It's one thing to save for retirement. It's another to actually feel ready for it. And Trajan Wealth helped me to put together a real plan with less guesswork, more peace of mind. Isn't that what we all want? They explained everything. They gave me options. Never once tried to sell me something I do not need. You can be a client. You can be happier with your clear path forward for retirement, and you can do it with my friends at Trajan Wealth. 2 offices, Brentwood and Franklin. Here's your phone number, 615-270-5000. Check them out online, TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Zeph Dog, what do we got? Like a minute?
Less.
Okay. Daniel Jeremiah, we'll talk more about this tomorrow. You guys talked about it on Cover 2, did a great job with it. Daniel Jeremiah covers the NFL draft, has for a long time. We put him on the show. He does a great job with content. Put out his first 2026 NFL mock draft. Raiders, number 1, Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana. You'll see that all the way up to the draft. Jets, Arvell Reese, linebacker, Ohio State, great player. Cardinals, Spencer Fano, offensive tackle, Utah. Titans, Francis Maigoa. How do you pronounce that guy's name? He is a hell of a player, right tackle for Miami. But offensive tackle at 4?
Yeah, I was very shocked when I saw that. I was expecting your edge rusher, maybe a wide receiver. And then I saw OT, and I was like, man, does that mean he thinks J.C. Lakesom's going to move inside?
Yeah.
It would shore up the offensive line, though. Think about it. The only position you'd have to really worry about is what you're going to do at center with Lloyd Cushenberry.
What's coming up next? More of us?
We are.
Okay. Man, I hate having to do this, but there's a family that needs y'all's prayers. Emily Carter passed away, and she's got 3 young kids. Her husband, I've been friends with for a long, long, long time. Incredible mom. Nash, JB, Killian. Those are their kids, and if you could hold that family up, her family and friends. Again, Emily Carter, her husband is Mark Carter. Their kids are Nash, JB, and Killian. She was a nurse at Centennial Heart for a long, long time, but it would be great if you could lift that family up. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you for including us in your day and in your lives. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take that lightly. Rest in peace, Emily. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully we were able to put a smile on your face. I know a lot of y'all are dealing with tough situations. We'll be right back here for you tomorrow. 3HL, Organized Chaos. Have a great night. Good night. God bless.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya unless you're a shout out to Nashville for surviving the ice, to Emily and everyone out there. You got this.
Yeah. Ron Wallace, too. Passed away. R.I.P. Ron.